Welcome to another episode of Every Tenday. This is D&D for families, young adventurers, people like us. So it's where a dad plays D&D with his kids.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Right.
Dang, you really got to develop.
And we're a friendly bunch. It's about 500 degrees in the conservatory today, so if we have to stop to wipe our brows, that's why. That's it. Okay. Last we left off. Right now, the three of you, Scarlett, Rowan, Wendell, find yourself. You've been descending down an uncomfortably tight crack of rock for the last hour and a half. It's gotten pretty uncomfortable in terms of it's been like potholing at times, where you are going sideways between two natural huge slabs of like granite, and you're going between a crack in them. And so at times you've had to like change your angle and go at some really weird postures to try and get through the rock. It's pitch black. There's no natural light here at all. So you've been going, Wendell, the only one in the group without dark vision. You've been finding it quite challenging traversing this natural geography with no sight whatsoever. You've definitely been heading down, having just faced various beasts in the caverns above, gnolls, a giant snake, a troll, I believe, that the gnolls had like literally fastened to the wall and seemed to be in the process of torturing and charring parts of its body. All of this has been in part of your escape from Kentish Keep the day before, where you uncovered evidence of mad experiments to try and mutate trolls, already a race that can mutate and grow and putrefy in really disgusting ways. But it seems that the powers of the province of Smythe are trying to, in some ways, harvest the one thing that they can exchange for gold, troll ears. And they're looking to try and artificially harvest troll ears in some weird experiments that you've uncovered underneath the keep. It's also where you rescued your new friend, Scarlett, from. Now, in a bid to continue the hunt for treasure, for gold, for items that might help you in each of your individual quests, you have come together. The most recent addition to the group, Wendell, actually came to your aid when your old friend, Maverick, overcome by a wicked sentient blade, ran off, just left you, fled into the dark of the night several days ago. Wendell, this new help to the group, has so far been able to offer healing aid and various other stuff. And so this ragtag bunch that you are, having known each other as you are for literally a few days, are finding some semblance of cohesion, some semblance of what would you call it? Like you're able to come together and support each other in some of the fights that you've had. And now a degree of trust is starting to form between you as you venture down into the upper dark, that first stage beneath the surface where, who knows? I don't know whether any of you would have had much experience in the Underdark, but it's there that you find yourself now. You squeeze yourself out of the uncomfortable crack between the rock, this natural crevice that you've been crawling down for hours now. And you find some solid ground where you're no longer suspended, literally pressed between two walls, but you manage to put your foot forward, and you're leading that actually, aren't you? And in the dark, you put your foot forward and you find solid ground. And you squeeze yourself out, and it's like, out into the... you find yourself, well, for you, it is pitch black. For you two, as you follow quickly behind, you come out into a massive cavern, literally hundreds of feet in every direction. Rough hewn walls, enormous stalactites come down from the ceiling and merge with stalagmites below, dozens of feet in diameter. Natural boulders obscure your view of various corners and parts of this huge cavern that extends ahead of you, who knows, hundreds and hundreds of feet. There is a almost imperceptible starlight type of natural ambient light. It is exceptionally dim. For you, it counts as dim light. And it has a certain bluish glow, but it is coming from the far end of this cavern. So where you find yourself now, for you, is uncomfortably dark. You two, your dark vision is still operational, so you see this huge cavern ahead of you. Along and towards you, there's this, you can hear this hollow whistling of airflow that you can hear in the background. Here and there you hear dripping, sometimes the odd scuffling or skittering of a smallish creature or insect or who knows what else, finding cover from your presence. It is quiet, it is dark, you feel very alone, and above you, you get the sense, this real sense of millions of tons of rock making up the crust of the surface overhead. So, here in the upper dark, what do you want to do? The day is yours.
It's really dark down here. How you doing, Wendell?
Well, obviously not very well, but
Do you want to light a torch?
no, I don't think that's very smart.
So, do you want to hold my hand?
I'm good. I can see okay. It's really dim, but
Yeah, there is like kind of a glow coming in from over there, isn't it?
Well, I reckon we should go that way.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nothing else in here,
Okay.
I don't think.
All right. So, who's taking the lead?
I will,
Okay. So,
since I can see.
Rowan, your sight is, you have your dark vision going on, so all around you is dim light. For you at this end of the cavern, it's still dark. So you're going at half speed because of that. It's difficult terrain for you, just making your way. So you can go at 15 feet every few seconds as you tentatively work your way through. Give me a survival check, please.
Okay. 16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. You start heading into this vast cavern after just a couple of moments of walking together. What's the marching order? Are you working three in a line?
I'll be second.
You're going like triangular, one of you heading up with two behind, or like what's your kind of
maybe triangle.
yeah?
So I'll go at the front and then those two can
These
go
two behind.
side by side.
Okay, cool. Like a wedge formation. All right. You start to walk out into this huge cavern. For you two, the view is spectacular and imposing. After just a few moments of walking, the ceiling above you opens up hundreds and hundreds of feet above you and disappears into sort of almost like a kind of mist. Here and there, protruding out of the mist like giant black teeth, you see stalactites protruding forward. At one point, one of you kicks a stone that goes rattling off into the dark, and some bats, fly out. It is vast, and for the first 10 minutes out into this cavern, you feel that you are headed effectively towards the very, very far end of this cavern and this dim bluish purple glow at the far end. All right. go ahead and give me another survival check for the next 10 minutes. This is just to kind of keep you on track.
10.
And are you going for speed or are you going for stealth? Do you want to try
Normal?
just normal?
Yeah.
Just go ahead at a normal rate. Okay, cool. So with no effort to sort of reduce noise or anything like that, I'd like perception checks all round, please, and what you notice as you progress through this.
I don't notice anything.
Neither 6.
Perception is a 22.
22. Okay. With disadvantage because it's dark. Sorry. So give it me again.
11.
Okay. You're not sure whether you're alone in here or not. This howling, directionless wind for the most part. That you don't. It's not so much that you feel it on your skin. It's just you get the sense of this huge vacuous chamber that extends. That there is airflow, clearly, probably fed from the surface. And as you were coming down that crack, in fact, that's where at times you would feel the wind going through your hair.
Can I tell which direction it's coming from?
Yeah, give me another survival check.
20.
20, nice, yeah. It's definitely coming from directly ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
Directly ahead of you. And from time to time you get this kind of musty, almost, what would it be like? Like if there was spores in the air, kind of smell that you pick up.
Okay.
The temperature, you're not able to kind of judge what the temperature is, the same as the surrounding air.
Okay.
And there is a dankness, there is a moistness in the air as well.
Okay.
All right, maybe that's what's creating this kind of almost humid cloud above you
Yeah.
at the very rafters of this cavern. All right. Does anyone want to do anything as you progress? This is the time if you want to call it, or if you want to talk about anything.
No, I think we'll just keep going.
Okay, cool. All right. It takes you, I would say, at the rate that you're going, with the darkness, with helping Wendell over obstacles. This isn't a nice flat floor. Far, far from it. This has been carved from millennia of natural erosion from water, from minerals forming and stuff like that. So there's points where you have to sort of you're going on the diagonal and you're holding on to, you've got 3-point contact with the rock and stuff like that. There's points where, invariably you're kicking loose stones and things like that. So you're aware that you're not progressing silently by any stretch, but your progress is seemingly unnoticed down here in this huge cavern. And after, I would say, about an hour walking through this huge cavern, your eyes start to adjust somewhat from only being able to see the gloom glimmer at the far end to there starts to become, like I said, almost a starlight, but it's a bluish purple starlight that is weirdly illuminating all of you, your skin, the rocks around you.
Is it still coming from ahead, or is it above?
Yeah, ahead.
Oh.
Ahead. So the mist above also starts to take on this weird pinkish, light bluish hue as you continue to progress. After that hour passes, approximately, obviously none of you got watches, you're not keeping track of time, but the amount of time it might take you to have a short rest, patch up your wounds, that kind of thing. You traverse across the vast majority of this enormous cavern, probably a mile long. And at the other end, you notice there is this funneling in, and you start to see, this is when you all see this lichen against the rock, these small little moss-like adherence to the rock that is glowing softly. And the whole cave starts to kind of go down almost like an aperture towards a more natural corridor out of this cavern.
I wish my head could grow. That would be epic.
Could grow.
Glow. No, I mean, it did grow. It used to be small when I was little.
If you take a bite out of that moss, do you think it glows all the way?
Oh, maybe, but I'm not going to do it.
Sprocket's just on your shoulders. Just going,
This is great, isn't it? This is really, really.
Can you glow, Sprocket? Sprocket.
Lucky.
Can you glow?
Let me try.
Oh no.
Don't poo yourself.
I'll try.
Oh, not on my shoulder, mate.
and some spores come out.
No, can't do it. Can't do it. I'll try to try it.
Okay. Oh,
Alright.
hang on.
What are you going to do? You're going to continue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You continue walking forward, and this natural kind of rock corridor that you're walking down, completely uneven, is now littered and lined with this glowing, mossy lichen. It gets much damper, and you notice. Well, you give me a survival check since you've got the best. You've got survival as a skill, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
12.
12. There's a definite decline,
Okay.
and as you've been going across the previous thing, you notice you're way further down, probably a couple hundred feet from where you started over an hour ago.
Okay.
So this seems to be descending.
I wonder if we're going to find anything in here, or if we're just like walking into, I don't know, death trap.
For you, it's now dim light, and for you two, your dark vision is in that weird half adjustment from grayscale to colours and natural light that make it a bit weird, like when your eyes start to adjust to the nighttime, but it's effectively dim light now all around you. Okay. This natural corridor progresses for several hours, with you just following it down. There's points where there's drop-offs in the corridor and you have to, help each other down. No roll necessary, like sometimes 6 foot, even 10 foot drops in the rock where you help each other down and continue your journey. The sense is of a descent, of a great descent into further darkness and further mysterious exploration. So several hours pass. Is there anything that during this time you want to discuss together or plan? Now's the time.
I don't know what we're expecting. Has anyone been underground like this before? Because I don't know if we're just going to find the loot hanging around here.
Well, I've seen things like this, not obviously as grand as this giant cavern, but I've been underground before.
You have?
Yeah, what did you find underground though? Because this doesn't seem worth it at all.
Well, the thing is, normally when I get something, there's a little thing called sharing, and when you've got as many people as I had, nothing ever came to you. So you'd have someone find it and call dibs because I'm not the looker, I'm not the finder. So you'd have like the scouts get all the stuff before us, and it just became I'd make do with what I had, and I got a few things like the blade and my cloak, but that's all I
You mean the blade in your arm?
Yep.
How did you put it in there?
How about what?
How did you get it in your arm?
I had to kind of.
Oh! You sawed your own arm off?
Not all of it. You can look, fingers right here.
But are they your actual fingers?
Look, if I put my arm in water long enough and someone
Will it malfunction?
put some eels in there, and my fingers, they're only held on by the metal.
Yeah, so there's no blood flow or anything.
So it's just
course there is. It just-
rotting
No, it
remains
goes-
of your arms. You've
No, I can still move my hand.
Scooped all the innards out and put a blade inside.
No, it's just
instead.
the flesh and bone that we didn't need anymore. Because
So what is in it to keep it fresh?
the blood flow that's going through the veins.
There's veins in your metal arm.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Must have had quite a surgeon on the team then.
No, it's just a lot of, and then
How
Healing
would you
it.
work the veins through the metal then?
healing. Like
Oh,
they do,
right.
Wow.
Make a deception check.
What?
And make insight checks.
Okay.
17.
1.
11.
You are both enthralled by this
Why?
story. You're like, oh my god, it's like when your granddad tells you a story and you're like, really? It's like,
That's crazy. Wait, so you did it yourself or did you have help?
Yeah, I did it all myself.
You did that all by yourself?
Before
That's
I met most of them
impressive.
anyway.
Dang. Well,
I didn't think much of you before, but that's really quite interesting.
yeah. I mean, also you found quite a few things on our adventures that haven't been dibsed from you.
Quite a few things, such as this potion,
Oh yeah.
the one I drunk.
We don't need a playback though.
That's not many things.
We were there.
Well.
Speaking of, who wants this? Because I already have my own way of healing other people.
Well, I can't heal other
Me.
people.
I'll take it.
Here you go,
Okay.
Charlotte.
Thank
That's
you.
for other people.
Yes.
Unless you don't have a way to heal yourself.
I don't know. I'll give it to someone else.
Okay, well we'll just use it when we need it. Yeah, we'll just keep strolling along.
really near you as you're all talking, suddenly you are all shocked by this large mushroom starts giving off this massive shriek. Just wah! Like that. What do you do?
Whoa! It's just a mushroom.
It's just a mushroom and it's literally just shrieking. Okay, you kick it, make an attack roll.
That was a reflex though.
Yeah, you kick it as a reflex.
The attack roll using strength.
Yes.
11.
Yeah, okay, that hits. Roll me some damage.
I
Oh,
don't roll damage, it's 5 points of damage.
Okay, you kick it really hard and you just and you like kick the head off this mushroom.
Oh.
And it just goes ah!
Why'd you do that?
Alright, don't look at me like
It
that.
echoes down the corridor. This massive high pitched like goat scream. Just echoes down
I
the
cover Sprocket's eyes.
Rowan, it's giving away our location.
How could you do that? I'll give away our location. Are you going to kick me head off?
I don't think you meant
because-
to. If something jumps out at you,
That could
Look,
have
that
been
could have been a
living things
hyena.
Like
That-
Sprocket.
It was it's a mushroom. Those are like different from plants, right?
Yeah, they were more alive.
whoa.
Alright, well, it was screaming at me
Not to the
and
next
I thought it was about to bite me or something. It could have spores probably. It probably had some sort of spore stuff that would have infected and gotten my lungs.
I have
Actually, it could
spore
have.
stuff, and
You
it
continue
actually,
walking down.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
it actually heals people.
Right, well that thing probably.
Ah! Another one goes off really
Right.
near you this
Oh, no,
time,
I
Scarlet.
tripped.
Ah!
Oh, I'm gonna kick it again.
Okay.
I fell first.
The cap of these mushrooms have got loads of little like holes in them.
That's so disgusting.
Yeah, and it's out of them that they kind of like
12.
scream. It's like they push, like they go, and it just makes this horrible.
12.
Yeah, that definitely
5
hits.
points.
All right, you kick this one and it keeps screaming at you.
Right, okay, buddy, look, come here. I'll crouch down next to it.
It stops screaming.
Are you alright? Hey, look, listen, it's alright.
really loud.
Calm
Oh
down,
no,
what's
my
wrong?
arm blade is malfunctioning. I'm just gonna put my hand up to it and extend the arm blade into it.
I'm still making an attack roll.
Oh. 10.
10. Yeah, that hits.
11 points of basic.
Okay, you and it stops. Another one goes off.
just
It's
getting
like you're in a copse
Yeah,
now.
it's alright, what's the matter?
As you look around, you notice there's loads of these, and they all start to go off until there is a cacophony of screaming all around you that echoes for who knows how many hundreds of feet. It is really loud, nothing but screaming. What do you do?
What's the matter with you? Are you alright?
What are you doing? Anyone doing anything?
I'm good.
I'm letting
We need to get out of here. If there's anything down here that's smart, it's gonna use these things to find us.
Alright, let's just run.
Okay, you run away from this copse as they
I
start.
hope you feel
Ah,
better.
ah, ah, and as you run, you get to about 60 feet away from them, and they all. Ah.
Look, they just didn't like us in their space.
Well, 2 of them are dead now. Oh, one of them.
Yeah.
So,
No, the second one lived.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, he stabbed it.
Oh, right.
You get a lot of judgment, Wendell.
But we're gonna have to talk about how you treat mushrooms in the future.
Rowan.
Okay.
Well,
We have
that
to talk
shouldn't
about
surprise
how
you
you
because he's
treat-
trying to get all of them blocked from this place, isn't he? That's his job, apparently.
I'd like everyone to make a dexterity saving throw,
Oh,
please.
come on!
See, this is where your mushrooms gets us.
Sorry. Sorry. This is what he said was a bit.
7.
6.
14.
Okay. You both slip over. The lichen is not only on the walls, but it's slick and moist like moss on seaside rocks, like seaweed on the rocks. And so you both fall over. No damage taken, but the going is getting slippery and it's downhill. So it's worth bearing in mind. The corridor is staying roughly the same width. The corridor you're in now is roughly 80 feet in diameter, but it is not even like a wormhole. It meanders and wavers. Massive crags of rock stick out from the wall. There are ledges that you have to step down like big steps, and there are massive boulders in your way. So the going is slow and rough. For the next, well, give me a survival check, please, since you're taking the lead, Rowan, on how well you lead your friends here.
20.
20. Okay, good. You still have a really good sense of the direction you're headed in, and there are little branch paths and there are little cracks off in the rock that you could progress, but you choose to stay in the main corridor.
Yeah.
Okay, great. As you continue down, it gets darker and the atmosphere gets more cloying and heavy and humid, with the moisture obviously from the fungus that are all around, the moss and the lichen, and it gets marginally brighter, such that it is still dim light, but here and there you pass smaller glowing mushrooms adhering to the rock face, that give off this sort of faintish blue glow. It's eerie but beautiful as well as you can continue down.
Have I seen this kind of fungus before?
Make a nature check.
Wait, where's my nature?
And tell me a little bit about how,
11.
you know when you just go, have I seen this before? Do you want to investigate? Do you want to
Oh,
go
well,
up
I
and
got
like
11.
have a closer look?
Okay.
Because that was, what was that? Nature?
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
20.
Okay. Good. So Rowan just steps away from you two as you're walking through for a second and just goes over to look at some of these glowing mushrooms on the wall. And they hang, from their cap hangs these thin tendrils that sort of almost wave as if they were underwater, as if there were a current guiding them, but there isn't. And you run your fingers along them, look into them, and as you run your fingers along them, almost like harp strings, but instead of it being music, you hear, Rowan. Rowan. You two don't hear this.
Hello?
Do you continue to put your
Yeah.
fingers on the little tendril? Rowan, my love. There's a few times where you take your fingers away from them and it goes quiet, and when you put your fingers back on them, you hear it says, Rowan, my love. It's me. Your fingers are in it and you're tranced out now, right?
Yeah.
It's Sonnet. Cianthus of the Order of the West Grove is allowing me to talk to you. I hope this reaches you. I am sick. The incursion. It's the incursion, my love. And then that's it.
What? No, like,
You
hold
can
on.
reply to this message.
Sonny! My love, what is going on? I'm so sorry I've been away. I got separated from our plane. Please look after yourself. I'm coming as soon as I can.
Alright.
Do I see her talking to the mushroom?
No, she sort of seems to be just you two both just see her go over to a mushroom and well, what would they see?
Just be looking at a mushroom.
Yeah.
She high again.
She does seem like slightly tranced out. And what would your facial expression be like?
Kind of like a bit of sorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you both notice that.
What should we do?
Here we go again. Another weird.
Is she gonna get a new tiny little pet thing?
I'll turn back around. My wife just spoke to me.
That's a mushroom.
Of course.
No.
Is that are you like a higher species, like a mushroom you grew to from the ground?
No.
Is that actually did you just get married?
No, the mushroom's not my wife.
Oh,
I heard my wife through the mushroom.
right.
But
So she's in the.
no, I don't know. It was like, okay, I think you know how like mushrooms can communicate between themselves.
I didn't.
I didn't.
Oh well, they can. Every one of them is connected in a certain area. I think maybe it has something to do with that, but I don't know.
So you can talk to her through the mushrooms. They're like strings with a can on the end. It's like.
No, maybe, but I don't know if I could do it again. Let me just check. I'll put my hands back on it.
And what are you trying to do?
Talk to my wife.
Nothing happens.
I'll do it again. But she said, somebody was Cianthus, Order of the West Grove, was letting her.
None of those words mean anything.
Yeah.
Oh, do I know who that is or what that
Yeah,
is?
you know, Cianthus Hydenum is like the one of the grand druids of the West Grove of the area that you live in.
Oh, okay. So it's not on.
Oh, sorry, the West Grove is closer to the Shroom Court.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a journey away from where you live.
Yeah.
But it's like the name sounds like somebody important you've heard of before.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean whoever that person is, it's a familiar name, but they let her speak to me. But she's very really sick and said something about the incursion, and I don't know what that is, and I just want to help her.
Remind me, what's your deal? What's
What do you deal?
What do you mean?
What's your deal?
What's my deal?
So
I
your
don't-
wife is like ill with something.
Yeah, but you're kind of saying it like it's just some character in a book's backstory. I'm a real person.
No, I'm just
My
trying to think.
deal is my trials and tribulations in my actual life.
Thanks, Rowan. No, I was just that's maybe just a bit of a.
So
Anyway,
you
Maybe
wanna?
you've just got a bit of a.
What are you
cabin
asking?
fever.
I'm asking because I want to find out if I can. I know how to remove sicknesses and stuff like that. I was just wondering if you're gonna be talking to mushrooms and stuff like that. Maybe it's maybe you could use my help with your wife.
Are you?
That would be helpful, actually. I forgot that you could heal. But I don't know what the sickness is, and I hope that it can be healed by someone like you.
Right. What were you gonna say, Scarlett?
Well, you'd have to go into that place you don't like.
It's not that I don't like it.
Oh.
I'm fine with most outer planes, and I've been across the multiverse. I've seen countless different things
Wow.
before.
Impressive.
I've seen. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Well, why are you trying to block it up then?
Because this
Here we
world.
go.
No, listen.
Yeah.
This world is fine the way it is, and when things from other worlds come in, it feels wrong. It feels like that needs to be put right, and they need to get back home.
Thanks,
And
I'm right here. Thanks. So
if you're
you don't
saying-
want me in this world?
No, I'm saying you probably don't
What
like
you
being
think
in
is
this world.
I
world
don't
is fine
mind.
already.
I'd
without
rather
you.
have the freedom to choose where to be than be forced into one place. I want to get back to my wife. That's my
see, it's like I've never spoken to something that can actually speak back to me about this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Normally,
Oh.
I see something and it's like something my brain can't even comprehend, and it's just trying to destroy things.
Yeah. Well, there's some of us little folk that don't mean any harm, and we just want to. Well, I didn't choose to go between planes. It was an accident.
Well, great, because I'm trying to right that wrong.
But I'm saying I'd rather have the freedom to choose where to be than be forced into one place. Like you're trying to do.
I'm not trying to.
Look, I'm not trying to argue with you, love. I understand you have your motivations, and I respect that.
Thanks, Rowan.
Just
He's just trying to keep the perfect world perfect without any
Oh
other
no,
people.
it's not perfect by any means.
Oh.
That's why I still, there's trolls and stuff that are very native to this place. But I think anyway, I don't know. I'm not the.
maybe you should divert your attention to ridding the world of the wrongs that are already here than trying to keep everybody out.
Well, last time,
Yeah.
That's just a recommendation. I can't tell you what to do. And if you're determined to do this thing, then
I'm not gonna trap you on one side or the other. You've got.
it sounds
sounds like
so
it.
well like you're gonna.
I'm not going around killing all sorcerers who know how to take you to some place. But I'm trying to, when there's a portal that's always open, let's maybe close it instead of leaving it to draft.
Well, the thing is, like, the portal that I came through, that's probably still open. And if you closed it while I'm still
Sorry,
here,
did you just say probably?
probably.
That does pique your interest when she talks about coming through a portal.
I've already heard of this.
Yeah, well, if you closed it, then you're trapping people on this side as well, and you can't possibly trap down everybody that came through that one portal.
Well, I've just found one.
Yeah, but I'm one, and you
How
don't
many
have...
was there?
Oh, well, when I came through, nobody else came through with me, but I'm just saying, maybe other people have, and you trap them on the wrong side.
Oh yeah, that's true. You'd have to go and look every house in that.
If
other
it's
place.
your
It's not like I don't think there's a way to destroy these things. These things were forged, like, at the very beginning of time. It's like, I don't understand how they work exactly, but they were probably really old, and none of my magic will put an end to them forever.
If you don't know about them, maybe you shouldn't be messing with them if you really don't know. You just said you don't know. So how do you close them if your magic can't?
It's a bit of a ritual.
a ritual.
Look, it just seems that you haven't really got all sides of the story, and you're just trying to make a decision for a lot of other people when it's not really your decision to make. But we can move on.
At this point, your conversation anyway comes to a hiatus because you come to another natural ledge. Whoa! At the end of it, you just chat, and then you're like, whoa! As you all look down, whoa! You get that slight, what's that feeling? Vertigo feeling as you look over. Had you been too much engrossed in this conversation, you might have all gone over. You're looking down a roughly 40-foot drop, just a drop in the corridor as it continues. And straight ahead, now at eye level, the ceiling has come down, and ahead of you is, all you see ahead of you is stalactites, natural mineral formations, dripping, and the whole corridor kind of goes down. It's a sheer 40-foot drop. What would you like to do?
I don't think
Do
we
your
can
thing.
just jump down
Go
there.
across.
Your thing.
Wait, so is there another side of this drop, or does it just literally just it's a drop?
I'll show you what it's sort of been like, right? So
Way down there.
So this is where you sort of find yourself now.
Okay.
Who's
Got it?
that?
I don't know, it's just a figure to give you a sense of scale.
Why is there only one of us?
So do you see what I mean? The ceiling's come down, and now you're at
I've got no arms.
a natural drop.
Um.
I'm never drawing you a
Oh.
diagram ever again. So what would you like to do?
We left our rope up there.
I have some rope, don't I?
Yeah,
You gave me some rope, I
50
think.
foot, right?
Didn't we just use that for?
Is your rope breeding? I want everyone to keep track of their rope inventory. Well,
Just drop down.
okay, who used their rope to get down into the upper corridors where you fought the thing? So you have no rope.
And then we used her rope to get down that big drop, no?
I thought we did like when we got down that drop, it was a mixture of things.
Yeah. I don't think you got rope.
I think we do.
Yeah, we've got new rope.
I feel like
Where?
we found 50
We found 50
meters
foot
or
rope.
foot of rope and
I'm not so sure.
I'm sure.
50 meters.
whatever.
50 meters of rope.
Get foot then.
Well, I
Okay.
don't know. You tell me, but you've really got to keep track of your
Can I
And
inventory.
when
try
we
and
use the
climb
rope, we
down?
need to cross it off.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, I do have 50 foot of rope.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what? I'll climb down first.
How?
We're gonna climb.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So every 10 feet, I'm going to need an athletics or an acrobatics check if you want to try and climb down
It's
this.
gonna be athletic.
Okay. Give me the first 10 feet then.
15.
15. All right. That's good. That's the DC you make. It's like there's a few times you start going down, but you manage the first 10 feet. This next bit, it goes in slightly. So the DC on the next 10 feet will be slightly higher because you're now going to be going a little bit backwards as you climb down.
Horrible.
So the DC is slightly higher. Go ahead and give me an athletics.
Okay. 15.
Okay. So as it kind of 15.
Yeah.
Okay. The DC was 17 now. So at this, you start to like your feet hang out, and you are now holding on with your feet hanging, and you're like reaching with your feet to try and find a foothold on this slightly inward sloping wall. You're like staying in this same second 10 feet section. Give me another athletics to see whether you can find a foothold.
25.
Nice, no problem. You after a while. Okay.
I'm alright, guys.
So now you are rolling for that second 10
can't
feet
see.
again, please.
Ah.
Okay. That's a 10.
You drop.
No.
That's it. As you go down, you're like,
I'm
and then
fine.
one of the handholds, and you fall.
Guys, I'm still alright.
You're not saying that as you're falling, guys. I'm still alright. Like literally, you see Wendell just.
Oh shit!
And it's, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you land down.
Not too bad. I fell further.
Are you
Oh,
alright?
Yes.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna jump off and face step when I'm like 30 feet from the ground, I'll face step to the ground.
I could just catch you.
It
but
was, no, he can't. He just broke his arm.
I'm fine.
Cool. Okay, you do that.
Can I
You
do that?
jump off.
Yeah.
You still take a point of bludgeoning damage because of velocity. So you're still falling and then face stepping. So there'll still be a little thing as you take 1
Yeah.
point of bludgeoning
Okay.
damage, just because it's a risky one to do, but you managed to do it.
Now we can both catch Scarlet.
Okay, Scarlett, how do you want to try and get
Take
down?
a rope and we'll be there if you fall.
My rope.
No, we can't
I
race
don't
the
have
rope.
anything to.
Okay, just jump off and we'll
I
catch
just.
it.
We'll catch.
I'm not-
We'll take the damage for you.
Look, do we have anything to stretch out? We can catch her.
6 feet.
My shield.
How do you want to try and get down?
I'll
Ignore
climb.
these two.
I'll climb,
Nah.
and then if I've slipped,
She's
then
gonna
you
kill
can catch
herself.
me.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to do this. There's 4 10-feet sections because it's a long way. It's like height of these houses, right? Height of our house down. So the first 10 feet, give me acrobatics
Our houses aren't 40 feet tall.
roughly.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, foot's that, right? So
Yeah.
40 of them, easy peasy. So for the first 10 feet, give me athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Okay. I'll do acrobatics. 10.
10. Okay, you kind of
You're gonna fall.
try to swing off the edge and like find a foothold. You immediately slip. The slickness of the lichen, and you fall down.
Oh,
I'll catch you.
We're both.
Okay, so where we're going to do this is you make a dexterity saving throw, and you make
Both of
contested dexterity checks.
Testing.
Because you don't just catch somebody coming down.
But do
So
we
if
get
she
any
does well,
kind-
then we don't catch her.
Just roll.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't.
It does.
think I-
Don't keep those
Where
things
is-
around.
well.
Where does it say dex? I always lose the.
Wait, are you doing saving throw?
Yeah, give me a dexterity
That's
saving throw.
box.
and then
right,
you
right,
guys
right.
give me strength or dexterity or athletics or acrobatics checks, please.
Do we get any kind of aid because we're doing it together?
I got 4.
Okay,
so-
one of you make an
I'll
athletics
make
check,
athletics. I've got really high.
Okay.
and you're helping him. So
It's the same.
roll to see whether you help. 10 or more, you do.
Yeah.
All right, with advantage, give me athletics.
It's not a slanted thing.
This isn't slow.
It is.
Nice. 27.
27. Okay, what did you roll?
4.
4. Okay, cool. All this means is her saving throw is whether you take some damage from the way she lands on you. So
Wait, we're both catching it.
you catch her. Yeah, you both catch her, no problem. Between you, you take 3 points of bludgeoning. You take 5 points of bludgeoning
Sorry.
as she
God,
lands. It's
sorry,
literally
I'm
a
sorry,
moving
I'm
target
sorry.
coming at you really fast, so it hurts. But yeah, you get caught. You're okay.
Rather me than anyone else. Sorry you had to endure that.
You're alright.
Oh, I'm fine, thank you for catching me. Would anyone like this potion of superior healing?
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
She's so polite. She doesn't do anything.
I'll just heal myself. I'm gonna heal myself 5 hit points.
Okay. 5
I'll
hit
just
points
suffer.
back. Alright. And everyone's spell slots are restored, so you as a sorcerer should remember that because you had a long rest up top.
I think I did.
All your spell slots are back.
Yeah, but I used one to fight the snake.
Oh, that's right, you did. Yeah, cool. Well done. Nice, well remembered.
Yeah.
Alright. Good. So, you are now back down on the floor. Here it's become much more rocky, so it takes some traversing and you've noticed any kind of natural pathway through is much harder for you to discern. So I'm going to need a survival check for you in this now lower portion of the cavern to find like the ideal route through.
Did you say nature?
Or survival.
24.
No problem. So right down the middle, there is where obviously over thousands of years water has cut through, kind of a natural almost stream. The water's no longer there, but there is a kind of a way for you to traverse. Lots and lots of small pebbles, you know, kicking away and stuff like that. So you continue your journey down. Here and there are many, many more of these glowing mushrooms. And in now this deeper section, you see larger ones. Some of them 2 or 3 feet tall. These big, almost translucent jellyfish-looking heads to them. Long tendrils waving in some imaginary or some breeze that they can discern. It looks like anyway. Or maybe they are feeling for microbes and things to eat.
If they didn't look like jellyfish, this kind of looks like where I sometimes sleep in the Feywild. I just like put my head down and then, blend in with a mushroom.
Yeah, just be careful not to touch these things too much. There's gotta be.
But they was the ones that let me speak to my
Yeah,
wife.
but you're. I'm mostly talking to Scarlet. You should be fine with this.
What did
Oh.
you do? Can you just ask them where to go? Which
Ask
way?
the
look?
mushrooms?
You talk to them.
Okay, let me try. I'm gonna touch a mushroom.
Okay.
I don't have any skills. Okay, let me see.
What are you going to
That's
try and
not an
do?
animal.
Bigger plants.
I don't
Speak
have
with
that. I'm
plants.
prepared. I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna be like, oh mushroom, which way? What is up ahead? How do I navigate this cave that you abide in?
Well, actually, he wouldn't really know because he hasn't moved anywhere.
You actually do get something pop into your head, and you're not sure whether it's the mushroom is the source of it, but you get a word come to you, a single word. Silafir. And you're not sure whether it's just a sound you heard,
Yeah.
or whether it's something that popped into your head, or whether you're overthinking it, but you hear something that almost like a whisper. Silafir.
Did you just say it was Silafir?
Yep.
Don't lie.
I'm joking.
Oh well, I think this fellow here, maybe, or I'm making it up.
Should we take one of them with
Does
us?
anyone know what Silafir?
Is that
No, he'd be
Like-
dead.
No, like
You'd die.
around
You'd
in
be
the
ripped
soil.
out.
No, because they're all connected. So
There's no soil. They're like
they're roots
clinging to the rock
inside
and the
the
moss and all that kind of thing.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're wedged in between.
We could take them like lanterns.
Does anyone know what Silafir mean?
No.
Anyone want to try a history check? Or if anyone wants to, I'd say
Oh, do I know what it means?
history or religion.
I do religion.
Have you got it as a skill?
Yeah.
Great.
No, don't
11.
I? Oh my god, my intelligence.
No. All right.
We're not taking them as lanterns. You've killed enough mushrooms.
No,
today.
that won't kill it. You can just
Yes, it would kill it.
You
Have you
literally.
ever had a plant at home?
No.
No.
Dang. Do you have plants then, Scarlett?
Well,
At home.
mainly been on a boat.
Oh,
Look,
so
I-
I
maybe you
don't really have time, but I know how plants work.
yeah.
I did go to school.
But I mean, mushrooms aren't plants, remember?
well, yeah, but there's obviously similar.
They're actually similar to humans than they are to plants. I learned that from Daddy the other day.
Interesting.
Jack humans are.
Well, they're even more similar to me, obviously.
Yeah.
Sorry. Didn't hurt your feelings.
You did.
I know.
Oh. Man, this guy's awkward. Someone give this guy some social skills lessons because he.
Dude, I've been on my own
You
for
don't
like
know
a
where
couple
he's
months
from.
now.
Come on, we have to be nice.
Yeah,
I was-
yeah.
14 to hit.
No,
Ah.
not at all. Actually.
Okay, as you're walking along talking about the differences between plants and fungus, you hear right near you. And on the floor, as you look down, do you look to see what's just thunked down next to you?
Sure.
There's this long, slimy, roughly, I'd say this long, slimy thing that it's what you might describe as a tail, ends in like a point,
Yeah.
and it glistens like the way the stone here glistens. And it's like a giant, almost like a giant maggot, except one end's really pointy, one end's really fat, and it's got a big bulbous red eye, and these 3 teeth, right, for clinging on. The rest of it is just this pulsating flesh-like, but stone-coloured, completely camouflaged with the stone around. And as it lands near you, it just starts to slowly sliver away.
Oh, he's
Do I
alright.
know what this thing is? Can I make a
You have no idea. You've never seen anything like this before.
I'm kind of well versed with.
I know. I understand how well versed you are. This one, I'd say, absolutely. You've probably not been in the Upper Dark, so no. And it just starts
That's gross.
and sliver away.
That's like
Probably
a big...
shouldn't let that thing, you know.
I'd
get
like
back
everyone
on.
to roll initiative, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
6.
hang on.
9.
Oh, whatever. 11.
So 11. So Scarlet. Then what did you roll? 9. Wendell 6. Okay, right. Okay, this is what happens next. 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, the very next thing that happens is something slams into you, sharp, and just slams straight down into you.
Oh.
You suffer.
In general.
This has fallen 30 feet, so you take 8 points of piercing damage as a similar weird, like this weird giant stone-coloured sharp maggot just drops onto you and just pierces down into you. And it is.
Opportunity attack because it attacked her and she's standing next to me.
Go ahead.
That's 21 to hit.
Ooh.
21. Yeah, that definitely hits.
7 points of slashing.
All right. Hang on a second.
That's the PlayStation 2.
No, it's...
Hang on a second. Okay, you hit that one. 7, did you say?
Yes.
Okay, great. And at that, for you, Scarlet, the next thing that happens to you is 19 to hit. Does that hit you?
Just, yeah. Wait,
You
no,
mean
it
just?
doesn't, it doesn't, it doesn't.
It does hit.
But, oh, right, sorry, I was reading the wrong thing. Yeah, it
Okay,
hits me.
okay. At that, as you watch this happen next to you to Rowan, like this thing, she's slightly in front of you, and you see this thing just drop into her, and then it kind of just flops onto the floor. You hit it, bam, as it's on the floor, and as that happens, you feel a tendril come down like this horrible gelatinous tendril comes down and grapples you, like starts to tie you up. Now, hang on. Also, what happens?
Of underdog creatures.
Welcome to the Underdark.
11 to hit,
No.
25 to hit.
Definitely.
You similarly, a tendril comes and wraps around you as well. Wow, that's great. So you two are both grappled now by this these tendrils, and you feel yourself, both of you, start to be pulled up in the air.
Oh,
you are
shit.
literally pulled up into the air. Give me perception checks for fun as you look around to see what the hell has you.
14.
Hang on. No, just 10.
10. Okay, that's cool. The DC was 10. You both see this. As you look around, what's got hold of you, you look up, you see a gigantic stalactite at the top, and halfway down its conical length, it's like someone cut into it, and there is a massive mouth that has opened in the stalactite. Either side of the mouths are these whipping tendrils, 2 of which have each of you two, and it is pulling you up towards this huge, 5 foot wide, massive multi-toothed, like a shark's mouth, and further down its conical length towards its end, you see these huge, completely orangey red eyes with pupilless eyes that are just sort of glistening in anticipation of a fresh meal, the first in a while for this creature. As you get reeled up 25 feet into the air.
Help!
All right, that's this roper's go. You can attack, by the way, you can choose to attack the tendrils separately from the main creature, or the main creature, which at the moment is now 5 feet away from you. So, Scarlet, it's your go. You are grappled. What would you like to do?
Can I just... So, my position, right, is I'm being pulled up and his mouth, the inside is right there, like that.
Yeah, you're like from here to the mirror from the mouth right now, but it's above you. So you're being yanked up towards it.
Can I just...
Drop down if it lets go.
Yeah, there's only 25 feet. Can I cast Fireball just directly into his mouth?
Fireball.
Yeah!
Nice. Yeah.
Fireball.
Okay, I'd say you have to aim it behind it so that the blast doesn't hit you as well.
Okay.
But yeah, you do that. So yeah, good move. Okay, so the rope is going to make a dexterity saving throw. It's got a dexterity of 8. Let's see. That's a 18 on the saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
Your spell save DC.
Okay, as you kind of hurl the little pea of fire and it explodes, this thing, the way it's attached is like a limpet to the ceiling, and it sees what you're doing and it kind of starts to move away, you with it. It does explode and you do damage it, but it does kind of avoid the worst of the fire. So go ahead and roll your 8d6 damage. It will take half of this.
Just all your red dice.
As you literally are being yanked up, you just
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on. I'm just working it out.
We're not objects.
25, so... half
25,
that.
nice. So 12 points of damage.
Great.
To,
25 cut in half. It's cool.
Ran down.
Oh, right,
We round.
yeah.
yeah, you ran down. Well, we'll say 13 for fun. Okay.
You play it blows.
All right. You all feel the burst of heat in this cavern as it is illuminated by the fire. Some of the moss and the lichen nearby ignites and starts burning as well nearby and around the ceiling. So there's now small fires everywhere as well as you do that. Do you want to do a bonus action or?
I can only do reaction, right? Because I don't have any bonus action.
Okay, that's cool.
Can I do a cast a shield?
If you are attacked, you can, yeah.
Attached.
So it's as a reaction. So when you say I want to do a
right,
reaction, it's to something.
Okay.
Cool. So like even if someone attacks you, so like when that tendril comes down, you could go shield like that, and you announce it on my turn, what your reaction is. Okay, good. All right, so the fire, this thing, some of the lichen on this weird upside down creature is like on fire and charring a little bit, and it makes a weird, really high-pitched screeching sound as it looks to evade the worst of the fire damage. All right, that's Scarlet's go. Wendell, you're up. You being hoisted 25 feet into the air. You feel the beat of fire from Scarlet's fireball. What are you doing?
I'm gonna make an attack against the tendril that's holding Scarlet.
All right, cool. Make your attack.
Can you reach that, Finley?
Yeah.
17.
Unfortunately, that misses.
What?
Yeah, these tendrils, they're whipping around at a really fast rate, and they have a really high AC.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do? As you, with the arm blade, I assume.
Yeah.
As you like, and also it's because you are grappled, it's with disadvantage. So you go out to try and hit it, but just miss.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
All right, Rowan, you're up. This thing has just pierced into you, fallen to the floor, and it's like moving away from you somewhat.
Okay, well first I'm gonna use do my bonus action to use second wind.
Okay.
So I regain a bit. Okay. Cool.
Floki's tail.
It's a spell. Wait. Okay, and now I'm gonna go and shoot.
What?
I guess that little bug thing.
The little bug thing on the floor?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, we have been kidnapped.
24 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Me.
11 piercing.
11 piercing damage?
Yeah.
All right. Hang on a second, let me just figure out this thing. Okay. How much, sorry?
11.
11. All right. Like lets out a really high thing and then just keeps like getting away from you.
Okay.
Okay, good. Is that it? Your go?
Yeah.
Second wind.
I just did that.
What is second wind?
Second wind was to regain hit points.
Oh, sorry, it's not. I'm thinking action
Action
surge.
surge.
Okay, cool. All right. You get some hit points back. You shoot this thing and it sort of continues to crawl away. Top of the round. Those two piercers that have already landed head over and they take their 5 foot of movement to start climbing back up again. 2 more of them. Hang on. Move. And that's the roper's go. That has you both. Alright. It reels you both up and it is going to go for a bite on 1, 2, 3 you, 4, 5, 6 you. 4 you. It reels you in and then goes for a bite on you. 15 to hit?
No.
Okay. It has advantage because you are grappled.
Sure thing.
Hang on. No, it doesn't. Sorry. No, sorry, it doesn't. That doesn't give it advantage on attacks against you. Okay. Okay, it goes to bite you. Misses. It's going to fire another tendril down at you to try and rope you in as well.
Okay.
That's a 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Pulls you up.
No.
You're hauled up in the air as well. Okay. Okay, that's the end of the roper's go. Scarlet, you're up. What are you doing? You are all of you except Rowan, right up, pulled in right close to it. Its mouth is right there next to you. It's just kind of reached out like the way a shark's mouth does. The gums protrude to try and bite you. You kind of like manage to deflect it away. What are you doing?
I guess just firebolt him.
Firebolt.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's an attack roll, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so make your attack roll +6, d20 +6.
12.
12. You're able to successfully cast the firebolt and hurl the flame at it, even at this close, but it's natural physiology is like hard rock, and so the flames almost seem to harmlessly kind of disperse across its stony skin. It seems to take no damage from your attack. All right, Wendell, what are you doing?
All right. I'm gonna cast Compelled Duel on this thing
Okay,
and make a Wisdom save.
2.
It has disadvantage on every other creature except me, and hang on. Yeah, if it can't really move away from me, or else it has to make a Wisdom save, or not. And let me just read this. Yeah, so it's basically if it attacks anyone else, it has disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
That's my bonus action.
All right, what's your action?
Hang on. I'm gonna do an arm blade on the same tendril I hit. Let's do Rowan's tendril.
Rowan's tendril.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
God damn
Change the dice.
it. I already have.
Unfortunately, it misses. These things are whipping around. They're really hard targets to hit, and you're already tied up in one. So it's really difficult for you at the moment to be able to target for these tendrils to stay still long enough for you. Keep trying. All right. End of Wendell's go. Rowan, you're up as you're being hoisted up into the air.
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot at the actual thing.
Cool. Are you using your bonus actions to reload, by the way?
No, I don't. I do that every 4 because of the type of pistol I have. So every
Okay.
4 shots, I do that.
Cool. Make
Yeah.
sure you remember, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, this is 24 to hit.
The main thing, the
Yep.
main one,
Yep.
you hit.
Slay. Okay, that's not that good. 7 piercing in total.
Nice.
I'll do action surge.
Okay, you and like loads of rock just explodes off of his edge as it upside down. It's weird, but you shoot this thing and a whole bunch of rock and stone of its natural tough hide breaks away. Action surge, you quickly reload, and
20.
that's the armor class. Yeah, you hit it.
Okay.
This thing
okay.
is well armored.
9 piercing.
Nice. All right. Starting to show some wear. I mean, not a huge amount, but you're definitely starting to hurt it. Let's put it that way. As you shoot it again near its eye this time, as more hide and this weird kind of purplish ooze starts to drip out of the holes you're making.
Yeah.
All right. That's your action surge done.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah, I will use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Scarlet.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Casting ability modifier. So you get 4 back.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
All right. End of your go?
Yeah.
Good. Nice round. As it on the Roper's go, excuse me, it's Pierce's go. These two are just going to move a little bit. These two are still winding their way up. They are slow. Now on the Roper's go, it pulls you up suddenly, jerks you up, and lets go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Is that an attack?
No, it just releases you. Just literally just lets you go. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you thunk
well,
straight
actually-
down onto the cabin floor.
Well, actually, okay. I guess I don't have time to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a reaction, Misty
Yeah.
Step, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So you fall down, 11 points of bludgeoning.
7? Or does my featherfall thing not do anything?
No.
Okay. If it's 1 use, that's alright.
Okay. And it's going to bite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You at disadvantage, right?
Wisdom save, please.
5.
It doesn't.
Okay, it doesn't. So does it mean it's compelled to bite you instead? All right, nice. It goes to bite you and then it's like bites you instead. That's 20 to hit with the bite.
Yep.
All right, this huge, Jesus, this is some damage, I'm afraid here.
I can take
this
it.
massive shark mouth looking thing, but even bigger, just crunches all around you. That's actually pretty shit rolls. 2 natural 2s, a 3 and a 4. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11
Dice
plus. You take 15 points of piercing damage
Sure.
as it crunches into your torso. That's the end of the ropers go. Scarlet, you're up. What you doing?
I'm just gonna. I'll do burning hands on the thing again.
Nice, burning hands. So that's a saving throw, I believe, isn't it? Not an attack roll.
How do
It
I
will
check
say
those?
what happens to the target. Just read it out.
As you hold your hand, a thin sheet of flame shoots forth from your outstretched fingertips. Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, it fails the dexterity saving throw, so you hit it with all the damage. Remember, I think you do more damage at the level you are now. So
I'm not sure.
It was
What spell is
at the
this?
bottom.
burning hands.
When you cast.
No, it doesn't. It's at first level.
Okay. 13.
Holy. Okay, nice. Okay,
My spell ends.
your spell ends.
Yeah.
How come? Oh, it's to the end of.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, you literally shoot it point blank. The best target, your friend is in its mouth, so you go for the eyes, and like it closes its eyes suddenly as you just char the rocky hide all around its eyes, and it screeches with you in its mouth. That did some good damage to it. Still looking pretty healthy. Still looking pretty healthy. So, at the end of your go, Scarlet, Wendell, you're up. This thing has clamped down and is now releasing you to bite down again. What you gonna do?
Oh, man. It's not a very good enemy for me. Let's do. Just gonna make an attack on it, I guess.
Arm blade?
Yeah.
Go for it.
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, you go for it. You don't quite get the angle right, and your sword glances off its rocky hide. Yeah, you're not having the luck at the moment, I'm afraid. Any bonus action or anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay, you
Shield of Faith, actually.
Shield of Faith. What does that do?
Gives me armor class more.
Nice. Okay. Is that a spell?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. What, a bonus action spell? Cool. All right, nice one. All right. Rowan, you get yourself up from the floor. You can see, you hear as Rowan is like crunched into by this thing's huge. Sorry, Wendell is bitten by this thing. What you gonna
Can
do?
you tell me what if I have a vial of acid? What can I do with that? And what damage does it do?
You can throw it at things.
What damage does it do?
It'll do like 1d4 plus something.
And what if I put it on something and shot it? Would that do anything?
It'd probably take you an action to do that.
Okay, that's lame. I'm gonna shoot it.
You use any grit or anything like that? I'm just asking because I love it when you do, but you don't have to.
I really wanted to be able to do disarming strike and make it drop them, but they're not objects, so I can't do that. I'm
What
gonna,
aren't objects?
these two.
Oh, okay. You could do that against the tendril.
When you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expend 1 grit point to attempt to shoot an object from their hands. On the hit, the creature suffers normal damage and must succeed on a strength saving throw or drop 1 held object of your choice.
I'd totally allow that.
Oh, okay, slay, yeah.
Who do you want it to release?
Oh, look at our health. Look her.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get it. Well, but are you better closer up?
Still holding both of them. It's got a tendril on each of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna try Wendell's.
All right, same AC. It's still a 20 AC on this tendril.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
But go for it.
Yes. 27.
All right. You, if you do its hit points of damage, it'll drop. You will literally hit the tendril.
It's hit points.
Read the effect again. The disarming shot. Just read it
The
out to
creature
me.
suffers normal damage
Yeah.
and must succeed on a strength saving throw.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, so normal damage is 6 piercing
Okay.
and strength saving throw.
16.
What was that against? Actually?
your spell save. It's your
Spell, it's not.
your
My
save.
grit save. Hang on, I've got that here. Okay, what did you say?
16.
Yeah, it succeeds.
Okay, you shoot through the tendril, half of it rips, and you feel yourself loosen slightly, but you are not dropped.
Sucks, I wasted my grip on me.
Okay, that the end of your go?
Yes.
Okay, good. In a second. 2 piercers are going to drop on you that have moved into position.
I thought they had 5 feet of movement.
They have. There's 2 that were up there that haven't dropped
Is it
yet.
not too late to do something at the end of my go? I was about to say when you start.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to cast. No, you're fine. To heal yourself. I'm gonna cast.
It takes his action though.
I'm gonna cast healing word on Wendell.
What's the range on that?
60.
60 feet.
Fine, go ahead.
Okay, wait. Hang on.
Roll.
4.
Nice. Well, it's some hit points, better than nothing. Okay, first is a 7 to hit,
No,
17 to hit.
that just hits.
Okay, you suffer.
Save your weak wounds, please.
I've used them all.
Those
Uh,
dice, use them to get them back up.
12 points of piercing damage as another piercer drops onto you.
Okay.
The roper is also going to go with you for another tendril, 21 to hit.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you literally one lands on you, your legs get wrapped up, and you're hoisted back up again into the air. Roper's go, so that's one of its attacks. It's gonna try to bite you this time as it pulls you in.
Can I shield now?
Yeah, absolutely, good call. So you add 5 to your AC, I think it is, with shield? Yeah, so your AC is now, just for this attack, 5 higher.
It's not just for this
Okay.
attacking until the beginning of the next turn.
Okay, till the beginning of
It's
next
20.
turn. Great. That is a natural 3 on the bite for a 10 to hit, so that misses you. So as it goes to bite you, your shield helps repel the attack from it, your arcane shield, and it reels you all the way up, so you're all near its mouth, and it's all happening. It's all happening. Hey guys, the hell! Scarlet, you're up. What's you doing?
I'll just do firebolt again.
Firebolt,
in
okay.
The eye.
Do you have slots left for fireball?
Firebolt is a cantrip.
No, I've got 1 left.
No, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
So D20 plus 6 for your firebolt attack.
Nice.
26.
Natural 20.
Yeah, natural
Yeah,
20.
yeah.
Nice. Okay, so do your firebolt damage.
Sorry, just check what that is.
Remember, I think that goes up, doesn't it, at 5th level? So
It's 2d10.
2d10 and then double it because you rolled a natural 20.
16.
Okay,
Nice.
now we're
You
talking.
double both dice.
I double both. No, I got 8 and then I doubled it.
Yeah.
You
You
rolled-
did it right.
you-
You did it right.
I rolled.
You rolled a 2 and then
Actually, no, we don't double, do we? Didn't I do a new rule where it's like you roll and then you get the max?
Yeah.
So actually, you
She
get
got-
20. So what did
she
you?
rolled a 10
I rolled-
in total. She rolled a 2 and an 8.
So it's 30
No,
damage.
I rolled a 6 and a 2.
Yeah, no, she added it up right. She was.
Yeah, she did it. It's
was
fine.
good.
It's fine. It's fine.
I
So
don't know
eight,
what I'm saying.
8 damage plus 20 damage,
Yeah.
basically. So 28 damage in actual
I
fact.
love that crit rule.
All right, you literally, as you're like hoisted up, it's right here, and you just like splash it straight into the fire, straight on it. 28. Okay. This thing's now looking hurt. The fire has gotten into some of the past wounds, some of your gunshots and everything, and it is like shaking and
Oh, sorry.
Convulsing
I was
slightly.
going to do a opportunity attack because it just hit.
oh, because of the bite.
Yeah.
Go ahead, make your opportunity attack. Dude, your D20s are sucking today.
It's
I'm
because
so
you're rolling
sorry.
on this. Roll on this.
Yeah.
It doesn't change. anything.
She's right. Change the luck, dude.
It doesn't change. It's still an 8.
It's still that shitty dice.
Okay.
Probably go get it.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
All right. Your opportunity attack goes wide. Wendell, you're up. It's your go. That's
I'd
your
like
reaction.
to attack
use.
it because I can't do anything.
You get so
I'm
easily
so
fed up.
useless.
Come
Yeah.
on.
This is exactly
no,
how today I
miss.
felt at early
It's a
levels,
miss.
mate.
Okay.
It's my turn.
It's all right. It happens to all of
I'm
us.
not angry.
Just
I'm
got
just annoyed.
Yeah, I know.
This is how today I was early levels, remember?
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so Rowan, you're up. What you doing?
Yeah. Okay, I'll shoot it.
Bonus action this round is to reload, remember? We're in round 4.
True.
So
Bonus action
take
reload.
your shot.
No, I missed.
Okay. It's chaos up here. The three of you all at weird angles, being, you know, with the tendrils all around you. This thing now on fire and debating whether to just drop you and try and get away or try and finish one of you. You want some meal badly.
If I use a healer's kit, does that regain hit points or is it just to stabilize?
Just to stabilize.
Okay.
Unless you've got the
Yeah,
healing
no,
skill.
yeah.
Feet, I mean, yeah. Okay. Piercers aren't going to do anything on this round because they're with you,
How
so
would
they
they
can't
drop
drop. No, exactly, they can't. Thank you. Don't be in rules mode, be in gameplay
I'm
mode.
not. I wasn't. I was just agreeing.
The Roper is going to bite 1 or 2, 3 or 4, 5 or 6. 6. It's going to try and bite you.
Lucky day.
Thank God it wasn't me.
22 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh man. It
He's
sees you
not
as the weakest. Oh jeez.
He's not the weakest.
20 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh.
How you doing there, big dog?
Very low.
Okay, it bites again into this massive mouth, sharp mouth, just like, and you hear as it, and then opens its mouth again. It wants flesh. Scarlet, you're up. What you doing?
Can I give Rowan this potion of...
Romans.
You can hear what you're saying.
Wendell.
Yeah, no, she's talking about me.
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, you can heal himself.
So bonus action.
Toss.
Yeah, you pass healing potion across. You can take it on your round
Okay,
as a bonus
yeah.
action. Okay, what's your action this round?
I just firebolt again.
Okay, go ahead. Make an attack roll, d20 plus 6.
Oh man, 9.
Oh.
I didn't even
Fortunately, it goes wide this round. Taking a turn for the worst. Wendell, you're up. What you doing? Having just suffered another bite, you get the sense, I can't take another one of them.
The final. I'm just gonna heal myself 15.
Okay. This glowing light illuminates the nearby rocks as your wounds start to close.
This is actually how one of my friends died.
I'll tell you about it when we get down. Okay. Is that the end of your go?
Probably. Yeah, sure. Can I is it an action to try and escape?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a contested strength check. Yeah? Okay. Your go. Roll it.
Okay.
And there's a plus on the label, so
yeah,
make sure you pay attention to that.
26.
Nice. You take 26
Thanks,
hit points
Scarlet.
back.
Wait, I'm behind your accent now. What did I say?
26. Pass it back here. That's now done. Damn, that's a powerful potion. Okay, you feel this warm glow spread through your entire body, like easing yourself into a warm bath, and loads of your wounds. The piercing just like knits together almost instantly. What's your action this round?
Oh yeah, I already reloaded, didn't I? So,
Yep.
Um,
You gonna shoot this son of a
yes.
gun?
Yeah.
You're a son of a gun.
Whoa. No, I missed.
Okay. Goes wide, deflects off its tough
Let me see
hide.
what I can do. No, I can't do anything. Okay.
Okay. Ropers go. Who does it want to eat? It goes to bite you. That's a 25 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It goes
Don't
to.
like this son of a gun.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's 2 8s on this. 16, 21, 22, 22. 26 points of piercing damage. You heal just as it looks across at you,
I was at.
and it crunches into you.
At least I'm not dead.
It feels pretty confident, even though it's badly hurt that it might have 2 meals here. It just hates the fire lady. All right, Scarlet, your go. What you gonna do?
Fireball, yeah.
Fireball,
Yeah.
the big one.
Yeah.
All right.
Stop, she only has a limited spell.
I would say.
Hang on a minute. Yeah, I can do it once more.
Right, to do that so that it only hits like the back of it and doesn't hit you three, I'm going to say that there is a... If I roll a 1 to 5 on this, then there's a chance it hits one of you. I didn't, so you're alright. Okay, dexterity saving throw, isn't it? Which it fails. Give me all the damage on your 8d6
Yippee!
as you let loose another fireball.
You let loose. Let loose.
Have you got 2 3rd level slots?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, cool.
Okay. 21.
Okay. As you literally desperately fling off the pea of fire and it explodes behind it, such that you are so close to the edge of the fireball, it goes off. I'll take, just for fun, you all take 1 point of fire damage.
That's not
You
fun.
are
That's
all,
not fun for me.
you
That's
are
not very
all
fun.
too
That's
close.
not fun.
That's not fun.
You literally rolled to see if we would, and you didn't get it. That's not very fun when we're in dire straits.
Who's at 1 hit point? Are you at 1 hit
No.
point? Take a point of fire damage.
Ah.
It's that you are that close. You are within its. You are right up against it.
That's rude.
I disagree with that.
It's fine. It hurts.
I took one.
Yeah, you take a point of fire damage as well, halved, so you don't take any damage. Talk to me afterwards. It's fun. You are literally right up there with it, and this is where fireball damage. It's a ranged
Sure.
attack.
Okay.
She's doing
Okay.
trying to hit something you are
Got it.
basically in the same space as. Suck it up. All right, this thing is badly hurt now. Badly hurt. Wendell, you're up. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna attack it. Don't worry, guys. I've almost
Come on.
done 1 point of damage this time. I'm joking.
Hey, that was an 18, wasn't it?
Charlotte getting angry. Yeah, 25.
Okay, you hit.
The actual thing, I'm sure.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, thank God.
You don't even need to roll damage. You've got
Hit it
2 hit
and-
points.
I just smack it. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna slice it in half.
You literally stick your arm blade straight into its mouth and all the way back and up into its head. And it starts to like shudder and shake. The tentacles start to go mad. Like everyone to do athletics or acrobatics checks.
Athletics.
DC's 12.
27.
14.
Oh, I rolled the natural
20.
20s out of
Nice.
my bags.
Nice. All right, good. You're back. As you straight up into it, you know you've hit some life force part of it. It shudders, and then the things holding you go limp. So you hold them like ropes and slide down to the floor. 50-foot long tendrils just go completely limp. You're like, whoa, grab hold of it, and each of you slide down to the floor. Not long after that, the thing just drops
Unsticks from
to the floor. Yeah, like a limpet. It lets go, relaxes, and just next to you, rolling over like a weird ice cream cone.
Are those maggot? Are those maggot things still alive?
I'm just gonna put my shield above my head. So
Okay, you put your shield cover over your head. Good call.
Oh no. I mean-
As one drops on you and misses, nearby you lands on the floor right near you. What do you want to do? You're still officially in combat with these
get out of
piercers, or you can.
Yeah,
They're very slow.
skedaddle, Yeah.
Okay. You limp away from this combat.
Limp it.
How are people doing health wise?
Limp it away.
Horrible.
Fine.
Yeah,
I'm
terrible.
alright.
I'm doing
Okay,
very well.
you two are like arms around each other. Come on,
I'm
let's
okay.
go. As you get out of this cavern and head on down.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Rowan.
On Rowan.
Yeah,
Nice. All right, you cast Cure Wounds.
I do that. I rolled a 7.
All right. You clear this cavern and find another sort of natural corridor. Do you want to keep going? You want to stop for a short rest? Like, what do you want to
rest.
Yeah.
do? Yeah?
Long. Preferably. That doesn't. Is that possible here?
There's too soon after your last one.
But can we do short rest?
You can do a short rest. Yeah. So if you want to burn some
We've
hit
been
dice.
climbing and walking for hours. How long
Yeah,
has it been?
you've been down here for nearly 4 hours now.
Sure.
And you were climbing down that crack for another hour and a half. So you ended your long rest about 6 hours ago.
I'm burn some hit dice.
Short rest. I'm taking on the hit.
I'm gonna do it on my hit dice, I think.
Actually, I don't need to. I'll do this.
What does burning your hit dice mean?
Oh, sorry. Do you remember in a short rest? So you're 5th level.
Yeah.
So if you want to, you can roll up to 5
Oh yeah.
d8 to try and get some hit points back.
Oh, I don't need to do that.
You all right?
Yeah.
Cool. What are your intentions? What would you like to do?
So we've had a short rest.
Yes,
Okay.
you have rested shortly.
I'll go up and have a look around to see the way to continue.
All right. Make survival or perception. So whether you're going more on feel and you might be looking for, something like the idea of a route, or you're just going to notice.
It's the same thing. So I'll do perception.
All right, go ahead.
20.
20.
Yeah.
All right. Couple of things you notice. Firstly, from the direction you've come from, you hear a different sound. It's not the sound, you've heard what those piercers sounded like moving around, and you know that roper creature, the tendrils, is dead, but you could hear what it sounded like when it moved, and the little tapping of its small little claws that dug into the thing. You hear, and it's just for a moment, it's fleeting, but you hear more like regular footsteps in the direction you've just come from.
Okay.
But not like a step like somebody walking. You just hear a shifting. Maybe a shifting of weight
Do
or a
I
few
definitely
steps.
think it? Do I think it's footsteps, or do I think? I don't know.
It sounds like movement that is not like anything you've heard down here yet.
Okay.
It sounds like a shifting of something.
I think there's something else back there. Let's move on quick.
And ahead of you, now there's often branches and different ways you can go. You notice 2 main routes. One would mean sort of heading, if the direction you've come from is north, it would mean heading more westerly, so off to your right, all right? Or you can go straight. I'll describe the difference. Straight ahead, you can hear more running water and more echoes coming from that direction. This is because you rolled a 20, right?
Yeah.
So more echoes and more like wateriness coming from that way. This way, visually, is more glowing.
Okay. Right.
And so your perception combined with your sense of survival, that's what you get.
Hey guys, do we want water or do we want glowy
Water.
dust? Water?
Yeah, there'll be things there.
There'll be a lot of nasty river creatures, though.
Yeah, well,
but
we don't
it
know
would,
that.
a river would flow out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it must come from somewhere. You're right. Right. There's nothing stopping us from checking both ways, but we'll go waterway first.
Okay. So you're going to go straight.
Yeah.
All right. You continue down and the going gets rougher. For every half an hour that you're doing this, I'm going to ask for athletics or acrobatics checks. Failures mean that you take some kind of damage from either slips and falls, dropping, that kind of thing. So the first half an hour as you progress further, and it is descending quite considerably. So you pick acrobatics and athletics and give me a roll.
21.
10.
19.
All right, cool. So there's a point where there's another ledge, and it's not quite so high. It's like maybe 20 foot. And this one is covered in lichen and moss, non-glowing. So you don't notice it Your hand slips and you fall for 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That's the first sort of major piece of terrain that you encounter over the next half an hour. It continues to descend quite considerably, and all around you see more and more rivulets of water, kind of like in the walls, kind of running down the walls and on the floors. The next half an hour, give me another roll, please. The going gets
8.
9.
okay. At this point, you go through an area where the rock type has changed. It's become much more harder, and the granite is that kind of, there's crystals coming out and there's spikes, and several times you both slip and like impale yourself on shards of rock and things like that. You take 3 points of piercing damage. You take 3 points also of piercing damage. So after an hour of scrabbling and climbing and descending further into the darkness, you are now back in almost complete darkness. Is there anything you want to do about that?
No.
So you're going to be
hold my hand?
you're going to be progressing blind, yeah? All right, you progress blind. But anything relying on sight is at disadvantage. So with that in mind, roll again for that last check with as this is your disadvantage roll.
9.
Okay. So you also take 6 points of piercing damage from slipping and being able to see, putting your hand on sharp rocks and stuff like that. You come out after an hour of heavy descent and rock climbing and traversing these natural obstacles, hurt and cut, bruised from falls and slips in your descent. It's going to take 2 hours to get to the source of the water that you heard way up at the top. So this second hour, I'd like another rolls, please, from you guys.
3.
18.
17.
Okay, cool. So this one is, there's a 1 point, again, there's another 10-foot drop down, which you don't even notice. You just walk off the edge of and take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, bruising yourself up badly. Otherwise, everybody, with disadvantage, please, because you're doing it literally blind.
11.
Okay, that's okay.
I
That's
offered
all
for
right.
you to
You're
hold
fine.
my hand.
DC on that is 10. And you're not lighting a torch or anything?
I will now.
Okay. For the final half an hour, you've got the 30-foot radius of bright orange light, flickering light as you light another torch. Keep track on how many of those you got left, because you burned through a couple to now. Final roll then in the last descent down. What'd you roll?
23.
DC was 24, so no, I'm kidding.
Okay.
8.
Yeah.
10.
Again, it's sharpness. You get majorly cut up, 3 points of slashing damage from sharp rocks, twisting your ankle and falling on, piercing the skin. You come out after 2 hours of hardcore athletic rock climbing at the bottom of this natural corridor, and it opens up into an enormous cavern, similar to the very first one you came into. Only this one is an entire underground lake, still and dark. There is some illumination here, enough for dim light, although your torch kind of drowns out that dim light the first 30 feet or 20 feet around you or so. And it's your torch that gives the clue that this isn't a flat-bottomed cavern, that it is in fact an enormous underground lake of completely still, dark, black water.
That's good.
As you look out across this massive cavern, you see here and there anything from moderate to quite large islands of rock. Massive formations of rock come out of the water and turn into stalagmites that join upward striations of rock coming down. There is a dripping all around as the natural minerals and the waters that have leached down across centuries from the surface, now high above you, maybe a mile above you, drip down into the lake, and it's the only time that you see the surface of this black body of water ripple at all.
Well, let's
Is this
turn around.
just a dead end?
Yeah, I mean, we
What a
can't get
waste of
across
time.
that. We don't have a
Well,
boat.
let's
I mean,
go
you
for a
can,
swim.
you can test it if you want to test the
I
depth.
don't
of
really
it.
want to swim.
I'm gonna put my foot in the water.
Okay, put your foot in the water, and it's shallow.
Out
It's
the-
dark because of the light, but where you see it, when you put your foot straight in, it's just like stepping in a puddle.
Well, it probably would be shallow around the edges. It's going to get deep in the
I'm
middle,
gonna
isn't it?
throw a rock out into the waters.
Okay,
Far out.
it plops in, and the ripples take a while, but they then come back and join you at the shoreline.
I don't know what I was trying to achieve.
Look, we need sticks, so then we start wading and we put a stick in front of us wherever we go to make sure that it's not deep.
Yeah.
Or you could just look.
Wait, can I see what's on the other side of this lake, or is it too big?
It's too far. It's like the original cavern. Like I said, there are multiple islands and boulders and stuff, so it's not like just... There is within... The first one I would say would probably be about 60 feet away. You can see a roughly 50-foot radius dome of rock coming out of the water. Beyond, so that's off to your right. Beyond that, about another 20 feet, you can see a huge one that actually turns into a stalagmite joined with a stalactite. And then that's about the limit of your vision. Is my hand coming to shut? It's about the limit of your vision.
That's not even...
Arr!
Let's start swimming, guys.
We want to do that. We don't
No,
even know
no,
where
no.
we're going. There's
Your
just
10-foot
rocks.
glaive is the closest you have to like a feeling stick.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but what's the point? We're just walking
What's the
into
point
the
of even
lake.
being here? We could just
But
leave.
we could go in the
It's
glowing
more effort
direction.
to leave than to just.
We're trying to find a way
Splash
out. I
through
don't
some-
think a lake is the way out. I
Are we
think
trying to
It's a
find way
good
out?
that's a good insight you make actually. Is now when you consider the journey back, if you were to go back, the number of ledges and cliffs you'd have to climb,
Yeah.
you do go. Oh, you've come down a long way, but so it would be an important feeling you'd probably all have of like, oh God, do we carry on? Do you go back? And you realise, well, with every bit you go on, you've got that to traverse back.
Yeah.
You
We're
know.
not going back that way. We're not going back up that rope and ending up in that
I'm not
ruined
saying
one.
that. I'm saying we go the glowy path instead of this water path.
You want to
Okay,
go back
we'll
2
go
hours?
to the glowy
It's
part.
not just a turn around the corner kind of thing.
I know.
We
You,
do.
so you're suggesting we walk across this massive lake that we can't see the other side of?
Yep.
Well,
It may be like
what's
not
your
that
wisdom?
deep.
Certainly, with your foot in the water now, with your boots, it seems pretty shallow here.
I'll get my glaive out. Dang it.
Worst thing we'll find here is an octopus.
What?
In a lake.
Water always makes my mushrooms grow. I get my glaive out then, and
What's the decision? Are you going to keep going?
yeah.
All right. You start to step out into the water. Tentacles wrap down, you're all dragged under, you die. All right. Are you going cautiously, or are you going to try and get
I'm
through
at the
this?
front. I'm using my glaive.
And where are you intending to go towards? Are you going to stay in the water? Are you going to are you going to island hop across, or are you going to just try and get through the
Can
water?
we see the islands here? Does it look like there's anything on them, or is it just stone?
It's the first one you can see that's within your dark vision range
It's
is a 50-foot wide dome of rock protruding from the lake.
There's literally no point in doing this.
There's no point in doing anything. We haven't got anything out of this adventure so far.
That's true.
All right, is that a little bit of a meta gaming for the DM?
No.
We actually haven't though, like honestly.
Scarlett, which way do you want to continue in this waterway, or do you think we should go the glowing way?
Sorry, a fly was attacking another fly. I think that I would go forward just here.
Okay.
I don't want to go back 2 hours again, but
Yeah. Okay, right. We'll go across the water then.
All right.
Look, as much as I don't like, or I've been taught to not like the denizens that may live down here, I'd like to find some sort of settlement or something, maybe further deeper.
We want to find a settlement?
I'm just, being hopeful. We're probably not.
Okay. So what do you do? Are you island hopping or are you going just straight ahead through the water? What do you want to do?
Just go straight through the water. There's no point to go to each of the islands.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll do it by time. So first 20 minutes, going slowly, checking your footing. What's the marching order?
Oh, I'm first with my glaive.
Nice. Okay, and you're just
With the
tapping
torch.
ahead. All right. The first few minutes, it's like ankle depth. And then at about 5 minutes, it starts to get a little deeper.
It's getting deep.
As if this were some natural basin. But it's very gradual. So after about 5 minutes, it goes to your mid-calf length. You're tapping ahead, and it just feels like the rock floor you have been traversing ahead of you. It's quiet, it's dripping, it's ominous. You're all a bit miserable and spirits are low after the fighting. You pass this, about 30 feet away from you, this large mound of rock that offers some shelter if you want it, or you can keep going. Keep
We'll
going?
Keep going.
All right, cool. You keep going, and so in the next 10 minutes, it comes up to knee height on all of you. And you're just...
Might have
I
to
don't
climb
like
aboard
this.
my shield in a bit.
Very good one.
The sense of ominousness, and it's something about the stillness of the water is definitely off-putting and slightly unsettling, but you continue to go. Feeling vulnerable, and now as you edge out more into the middle of this huge underground lake of water, you feel exposed. The ceiling is so far above you that you cannot see it, disappears into darkness beyond the radius of your torchlight and your dark vision. But you continue going. In the next 10-20 minutes or so, you'll draw level with and pass the large protrusion of rock with a stalagmite. Do you want to take refuge on that or keep going?
There's nothing to take refuge from, really, so we'll just
All
keep
right.
going.
Well, in which case, the water at this point goes up to your mid-thighs now. Makes going a little slower as you're pulling and dragging your legs through the water, and it is icy cold, almost icy cold. So there is a definite chill to it. Can you go ahead and roll a d12 for me, please?
Why would you ask her to do it?
2.
All right, good. Cool. You continue on. Half an hour passes of you wading through the water. Again, everyone feels a little blue, a little kind of fed up. This is very alien territory to you. As we approach the end of the first hour, wading slowly through this lake, there are a few smaller, all of these are usually within 30 or 40 feet of you, smaller like boulders protruding from the water, stalagmites that don't meet one on the ceiling. Do you want to investigate or stop at any of these, or just continue straight
We'll
ahead?
just keep going.
Continue.
Straight ahead. Like a survival check from you, please.
5.
Okay. All you notice as you approach the hour-long mark of wading is they're now at your waist.
Okay.
And you feel completely exposed. You cannot see the walls of this cavern or the ceiling. All that you are in is in this massive expanse of underground lake. You continue going on? Great. The next 20 minutes, the water level doesn't rise much, but it does go slightly beyond, just below your belly buttons. Who's the shortest of you? I'm trying to think. Probably
Scarlet. How tall
Probably
are you?
I
Scarlet.
don't know. Me,
Yeah, you can just.
5'1".
5'1". Yeah, to you it's just above your belly button, just above there. You two are both quite tall, so it remains just underneath there. Again, you're wading through it, which makes the going slow, and there's still stones and rockiness underfoot, some little obstacles you have to traverse, but you continue to wade through.
Have we? Can we see the other side yet?
Not yet.
What do we actually do?
I don't know.
D12. D12.
12.
Okay, bear with me a second. Alright. Another 20 minutes passes of you wading through the water. A few inches deeper, but generally that's it. Still here and there, the water drips in, sometimes startling you. It becomes depressing and lonely. And the three of you, the chit-chat kind of all but stops as you just are longing for an end to this vast underground lake that you're wading through. During this period, you notice off to your right a cave entrance from a massive protruding wall that just comes into view, and you see a dark hole leading off. Is there anything you want to do about that?
I'll point it out, but.
Oh my god, let's go over to that. I'm
Yeah.
not walking through this water anymore.
Yeah.
You want to go?
It's
in
like
No,
water torture.
I'm just gonna start walking towards it at this.
You want to go in the dark cave in
Yes.
the underground lake?
Yes.
That's a bit not wise of you.
Alright. I'm going over to the cave.
Okay.
You guys wanna...
It's about 100 feet. Are you all going? You're
Yeah.
going to follow him?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Okay, you just fed up with this situation, sort of slightly maddened by the perpetual loneliness and dankness and oppressiveness of the suddenly aware of the millions of tons of rock overhead, and looking for any way out of this vulnerable position that you're in. You start wading off at waist height towards this cave. It takes you a few minutes now as you press on to get over there. And as you approach, it is a roughly 30-foot wide cave, completely black. You've still got your torch?
Mm-hmm.
How long do they last each? An hour?
I don't know, like 4 hours probably. The torch, it burns a long time.
Look it up, will you? If you've got that information, it'd just be interesting, because you've been doing this for about an hour and a half now. And it's just to whether you illuminate this cave is really what I'm interested in.
An hour.
An hour.
I'll just
So
light another
you
one.
light another one. Cool. Okay, cool. Just keep track of that.
Light.
As you approach the cave, it has solid ground. It has a flooring, so the floor rises up to meet the cave, and it seems like a roughly 60 foot deep, because the dim light of your torch illuminates the back of this cave. 30 foot of bright light, 30 foot of dim. You illuminate this entire cave, set off from the rest of it. What you see in this cave, well, I don't know what you make of it. There is what might be once have been a campfire. A few bits of absolutely scorched wood, moss, blackened, dusty, and 2 corpses,
I'm gonna walk over.
clothed and armored. You two catch up at this point. You get to the cave. You want to step out of the water?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You go into this cave, and there is the remnants of a fire and 2 clothed corpses.
I'm gonna look up at the ceiling real quick. I'm gonna check the ceiling.
It's a smooth ceiling. This is a low cave. It seems like 2 figures also had similar ideas.
Yeah, and they died in here.
Well, I'm sure lots of people have died in here.
This is what you see nearby. You see a broken spear and a net, old and rotten, and two figures, both humanoid. Skeletal though, they're complete skeletons. These have been here a while. What do you want to do?
Can I?
Where can I try and find out how they died?
That's what I was going to say.
Well, you can investigate one at a time if you want to.
Sure.
Yeah? Okay. So, you're investigating one, you're investigating the other. Is there anything you want to be doing, Scarlett?
Can I also investigate them in case?
Sure. You want to investigate the one Rowan's looking at or the one Wendell's looking at?
Wendell's.
Okay, cool. So, you two both roll investigation checks for your one.
Can I do medicine?
Yeah, medicine check. You go investigation, you go medicine.
21.
Alright.
Investigation.
21 too.
21, nice. What's that?
10.
Okay, cool. Alright. Bear me a second. Your one, it's pretty easy for you to see cause of death. Its skull has been sharp trauma and there is a massive hole in it.
Maybe they killed each other then.
Fitting for some kind of like a glaive or a spear or a piercing weapon straight into its head.
Could it be a teeth?
Well, you're not sure. You're looking at your one, so
Okay.
I'll come to you in a second. Now, this is what you, with your investigation check, this is what you find. This creature, with your medicine, you two really checking it out, Sherlock Holmes style, probably would have stood around about 5 feet tall. It is wearing, or as you kind of investigate the clothes that remain and the armor that remains, this looks to be really well made black leather armor. Really well made. It's beautiful. And it still remains in pretty good condition. You also find a series of pouches that it has around its belt. And as you kind of like move the body over a bit, which is almost completely skeletal, those bits that are exposed anyway, you notice that, again, with your medicine, this doesn't look like it lay down and died. It's lying at an odd angle. One of its legs is bent back, your medicine check reveals. So it's kind of like fallen here. So you're able to judge pretty quickly this fell from and died from combat. And underneath its body is revealed this beautiful short sword.
You should also take that.
The handle is feels like black obsidian. It's like so smooth. If it is leather, it's the smoothest, most beautifully treated leather. And it has a gently curving, sweeping blade, around about 2 foot long blade underneath it. That's what you find on your one, okay? Come back to you in a second. On yours, you are investigating?
Yeah.
Okay. And you rolled a 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is clad in black robes. They would once have been, you imagine, beautiful velvety robes, but the moss and lichen has gotten to it a little bit, and you find a couple of pouches that are filled with, you don't know whether age has done this, but they seem to just be filled with like moss and crap.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it with your 10.
Alright. There's some pretty good armor on this one. Rowan, you're looking for a...
Oh, alright. I'll have a look. How about you look at this one? Because I don't really know how it died.
I'll take a look at that one. Medicine, please.
All right, medicine check. 14. Harder to see on this one. Harder to see. You're not quite sure. You don't see any obvious wounds to the skeletal face. Again, the skulls look like humanoid skulls. You don't see any obvious wounds on this one, so you're not sure.
What's on it?
Well, you can make an investigation check if you want to.
No, I'm good.
Do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'll investigate.
Okay, so you come across to the robed skeleton.
No, never mind. 7.
Yeah, this one,
Player bias.
its clothing has been more, hasn't lasted so well. You know, the moss has gotten to it. It's damp and wet, and there's more rot and mold on it than the other one.
Alright, I'll have a look at this armour.
All right. When you say you're going to have a look at it, what do you mean?
I want to compare it to the one that I have right now. And see
That
if I
you
think
are
it's
wearing?
better. Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Do I think-
Much more superior.
Okay.
Give me a general intelligence check.
Okay.
Quite a high DC.
22.
Nice, okay. DC was 16. Undeniably, this is elven make.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
But you're not, so it has the fluidity of ancient elven artisan craftsmanship that is familiar to you. But it has none of the organic influence that you are used to in a lot of elven societies and Eladrin societies that you come from.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay. It's going to take a while, but I think I'll doff my chain I think I have at the moment.
Okay, you want to try put this on?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. Takes you a while to remove it, and as you take it off, the body underneath it hasn't decomposed as much as the exposed. So you are taking it off. The leather has an under padding, but there is no mold on the armor. There is no decay on it. There is nothing. It sort of seems like it's untouched.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Make an Arcana check.
17.
Nice. Okay. You, as the most intelligent in the group and the most attuned to arcane lore, as you see Rowan taking off her armor and putting this on, you would bet good gold that this is enchanted armor.
That's enchanted.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yes.
that's even better.
All right. So
Don't forget about that sword.
this armor looks, you know just your general martial prowess. You're used to and attuned to the idea of different roles that fighters play. And you understand the idea of scouts and the kind of armor that a scout would need to wear. And you feel that this is that type of armor.
Okay.
So it's toughened in places, like is it not glaive? The pauldrons.
Yeah.
So there is some slight overlapping of plates around the shoulders,
Yeah.
and it is lighter to allow movement around the waist, with some straps going across that is designed to hang stuff from quickly, like quick release clasps and stuff like that around it. Also, one shoulder is more armored than the other,
Okay.
which attunes it for ranged attacks where you're trying to defend yourself. So are you right-handed? Is that your primary?
Rowan?
Yeah.
No, she's left.
All right. You know that it's like you can move the pauldrons to be so that you are better protected when you are making ranged attacks and things like that. And also, if it's your leading arm, you decide to set it up how you want.
Yeah.
This is some beautiful, almost pitch black leather armor.
So, and the thing that I took it off was, did you say 5 foot?
Oh,
Did you say it was like?
you'd say roughly 5 foot. Well, you said roughly 5 foot.
Okay.
That's what he figured out with his medicine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have stood about 5 foot high. But as you put it on, it kind of, you feel it sort of move and shift almost of its own accord to fit you.
Slightly, a little bit.
Okay,
Does
you have +1 leather armor.
Nice.
+1. But what did my other thing do? My shirt.
Change shirt.
I think it's worse than the thing.
No, it's gotta be the same, right?
And it weighs nothing. As you put it on, you're like, you make no noise.
It's 13 plus dex, and then leather is
Oh, yeah.
a leather. Is it padded leather?
Nobody has identifier or anything like that, do
No,
you?
is it padded
She's-
leather armor?
No, just leather.
It's what?
I'm not gonna put it on. Because I thought it was better, didn't I? Looking at it, but it's not.
It feels beautiful. It's light.
It's 16 armor class. So
It's now as you put it on, you're like, oh, your movement, it feels great. It's light. It's tough. You look
no
pretty pimp.
difference Other than it's worse.
Well, think about what your character would do rather than... You certainly feel better in it because, remember, until you put the chain on, you were wearing a vest.
Yeah.
You feel faster and more limber, and you're able to be stealthy where you wouldn't have been able to with the chain shut.
Okay, well, I'll give it a chance.
Oh.
I'll have a look at the short sword as well.
It's beautiful.
Can I compare it to my other short sword?
Way better.
Wow. Okay. I'll take it then.
Okay. So you pack up your other one and fix this one to the belt?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This looks much more like a surprise kill type of short sword.
Okay.
Almost, it's debatable whether this is like a battle dagger versus a short sword.
Yeah.
Like it's big, but it's really
Okay.
nice. The craftsmanship is stunning. Okay, so add mystery short sword to your inventory.
Okay, nice. And I know you said there was moss in the pouches, but I'll just look in there.
On the one wearing robes, well, hang on, let me move off you for a second,
Okay.
just because you've been doing that for a while. What have you been doing while she's doing that?
Can I check around? Was it all they had was a campfire?
You want to search the rest of the cave?
Yeah.
All right, give me an investigation check. The rest of the cave.
19.
Nice. Okay. All right. As you're getting changed, by the way, you are only dealing. Just to be clear, you're only dealing with the armor of this thing to begin with. The pouches don't come with the armor. Just to be clear, as a detail. So you were doffing
okay.
its armor.
Yeah.
Just so that we all know what's available to investigate and those kind of things. All right. You get up and investigate the rest of the cave. Nearer the back of the cave, you see another way more degraded skeleton. This one looks weird. It looks around about, you'd guess if it was standing, it would maybe be 4.5, 5 foot tall. And the leg bones and the arm bones and the torso bones kind of look vaguely humanoid, right? Ribs, arms like we're familiar with. The feet, however, have long extended bones that end in big claws, like long. And the head, where our spine comes out of our our spinal cord and it comes out into a skull, instead, how to describe this? It's like a fish head. But a dead fish, like a fish skull. But a massive one, like a massive fish skull like this.
Okay.
And they are madly degraded. You see around this area, you find just piles that amount to about 3 of these skeletons. And they are in much worse wear because there's been nothing preserving them. There's no armor on them. They are just purely skeletons.
Okay.
All right. What are you doing while Scarlett's doing that?
Can I search the actual pouches and stuff on these
Sure.
guys?
Okay.
And, what equipment they have.
All right. So,
Can I use perception, please?
you looking in them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not really. That's like if you were looking at them from afar. You're like messing with them, like seeing what's in there. So I'm going to have to force investigation on this one, I'm afraid, my darling son. Go ahead and roll D20.
I'm going to do guidance because otherwise.
Alright, cool. You guide yourself. Nice.
You can't stack guidance, can you? So if I
Good.
21.
Alright. One of them is a small black satchel, velvety with triangular silver stitching around it, empty. And the other one, roll D100.
Oh, nice. Let me guess, healing potion.
Potions are
29.
good.
Sorry?
29.
29. In here you find a small strip of black leather with a buckle, with a buckle on it, and along it, in these tiny little loops, are these bolts, silver bolts, like you're familiar with the kind of crossbow you use, but even smaller, about so long, and there's like 12 of these silver bolts on it that just come out. You imagine either this would go around the waist of a very small creature, or it would go around a limb, or you're intelligent enough to know.
I'm not.
Okay, you don't know what this is, but these small silver, like they're bigger than needles, but they're like the thickness of a knitting needle, I'd say, but about that long. There's 12 of them, silver coloured, all with their own little loop that they stick into, and it's like on a mini belt. So you find that. Roll
cigarettes over here.
roll percentage again, please.
Sure thing. 63. Healing potion.
And you find a small, really small little cork stopped, very much like that, but smaller, like that big, right? And in it, this thick, like mercury in it.
So it's silver, is it? Or like
Yeah, silvery, like, but dull silvery.
Let's hope this isn't poison.
Well, let's not drink it.
Rowan, I got a small little thing. It looks like something you'd use, and I toss it a belt thing.
Oh.
You're getting loaded up with all this stuff.
So to be clear, you've got an empty velvety pouch. The other pouch, which is kind of, it's like suede.
I'll take it. I'll take this just for storage.
So
Alright.
you gave me the bolt, the ones with the bolts in it.
Cool.
These aren't.
They look like crossbow bolts
But
too.
would they fit my crossbow?
Your hand crossbow?
Yeah.
That's what you've got, isn't it? They're a little too small. You definitely could, if you're in an emergency, you could use it.
Okay.
Or maybe you might need to alter your thing a little bit.
How many are there again?
12. Again, you're starting to see the theme here. It's pristine. There's no dirt on them.
Yeah.
Absolutely pristine. And each silver one is meticulous.
Okay.
So put in your inventory suede satchel, small suede satchel, and silvery potion bowl.
I'm gonna put that in the satchel just to.
Okay. The minute you drop it in there, it disappears.
Very good. Oh.
It disappears.
Oh.
Literally, you drop it in there, and you're like, "What?" Disappears. Like it falls through the bottom, and you go like, "What?"
I'm gonna put my hand in
Put your hand in there. There's nothing in there. Nothing in there. You put your hand in it, and you just nothing in
there.
there.
Give me back my potion.
Do you think that?
Yes.
It appears in your hand.
Have I seen one of these before?
Give me insight check, just to see whether you can remember. Damn it! No.
Have I seen one of these things before?
Well, you're doing your own thing at the moment. You're getting dressed. You literally, like, you drop it in and it goes. You put your hand in there and you think about it and it's back in your hand.
I'm gonna grab my long sword and I'm just gonna start putting it in there.
You start putting it in there. It's so weird. You're watching it and it's like it's going into the bag.
That's crazy.
It's gone. Your long sword is gone. Oh, hang on. Your arm blade?
No, my long sword.
You got a long sword? Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, you're right. I thought you had a two-handed sword.
That is. That's what I meant. I meant a great.
Yeah, you get your massive greatsword,
Yeah.
and it literally starts to go in.
That's mad.
And it goes, it's in there. And then you're like, what?
Scarlett, I bet you
Yeah.
20 gold that I can fit my greatsword in this little hair pouch.
Right, you haven't seen
Yeah.
what he's just done. He comes through with a little satchel. Roll an Arcana check.
13.
Okay. Yeah, he comes at you with this stupid
Is that a
thing.
deal or no deal?
Can I lower it to? Yeah, fine. 20 gold.
Alright.
You put in your hand,
Yeah.
and he starts to pull out of this small satchel about this big. Literally pulls out his two-handed
With
sword.
my other hand, I'm just. Come on.
Oh.
Okay, well.
You have a bag of holding.
I'll give you 10, but my gems need to be changed into gold
Are
before I
you
can give you the rest.
bartering with me right now?
I'll give you 1 gem
No,
then.
take it. I
No,
don't want
actually,
your
it doesn't
money. I don't
quite
want
like
your
that.
money.
It doesn't.
Look, get in the bag first.
Me?
Let's see what happens. I mean,
You want me to step into the bag?
Yeah,
That
I don't
made
want
your
to go.
sword disappear.
There might be something in there.
Why would I want to go?
Look, I'll pull you out if
How
you.
do we even
Alright,
know?
fine. I'll step in the bag.
You can turn it out.
Yeah.
You can turn it
Oh
out.
yeah, there's probably stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was about
I
to
turn
say.
it inside out first.
All right. So, firstly, your bottle comes out. Obviously.
Catch that.
Bear with me a sec. Internet's being a little slow here.
Don't worry about it, God.
Actually, this might not be officially a bag of holding. Bear with me a second.
What?
Wait a minute.
How was that?
It might have the same things as Hewitt's handy.
Who's Heward?
Please don't be Heward.
Heward.
I don't want it to be a Heward.
Hewitt's handy haversack.
No, I
I thought it was
I don't want a Heward.
What's the difference between a bag of holding and a
There is
haversack?
none except one.
Hewitt's handy
has.
haversack is slightly smaller. That's all.
Oh, I thought it was bigger.
It's got multiple but it's like a bag of holding, but it has 3.
Compartments.
Yeah. So if you want to store liquid and don't spoil your other stuff,
Oh, what, you free liquid?
I don't know. No one uses it because it's bad.
Yeah.
Well, you just used them.
So this thing weighs more than it feels like it weighs. It weighs about 5 pounds,
Oh my god.
right? But this is a slightly adjusted bag of holding. So this is a slightly smaller bag of holding. Rather than 10 cubic feet, this is 8 cubic feet. So your sword isn't 8 feet long, so that did fit. This is just a slightly smaller bag of holding. And it can carry up to 80 pounds of material in there.
How much do you weigh, Scarlett?
Yeah, you don't have weights.
And it's
the
an
difference
extra
between
dimensional
pounds
space. Now, as you turn it out, let's roll percentage.
Nice. Finding other stuff. 99. 99.
Ooh.
Ooh, one away from very cool item.
Roll 3d6, please.
It's just money. Don't be so annoying.
Yeah, that'd be so annoying. You'd never do that to us though, right?
3d6.
15.
Okay.
15 stuff in the middle.
1,500 gold piece gems come out.
Ooh.
1,500. Low.
Wait, do you mean
1,500
1,500 gold or 1,500?
1,500
Oh, okay.
gold piece
Okay.
gems.
Right.
So it's for a total of
1,500.
1,500 gold. But they are 15 separate gems, each worth about 100 gold pieces.
I'll get about.
Come clattering
20
out.
for those.
1,500 gems come out.
Alright, also.
Oh my god.
Hang on, what was the challenge rating of these guys? Bear with me a second, sorry, I've got a lot of notes I've got to compare here. No, okay, not quite that. Sorry, I thought I had. Yeah, it's 100 gold. Yeah, so 1,500 gold piece gem. Roll percentage again, please.
Oh, there is a file down.
Right, who did
42. Healing potion, please.
Can't you heal?
No, it's a joke.
Oh, sorry.
you? We do. You like healing potions.
You find another small round bottle.
Oh, no.
This one almost looks like it's filled with like fog. Doesn't even look like liquid.
See, who farted in it?
Yeah.
And one more time.
Oh, nice. 9.
Isn't that 90?
That's
Oh,
9.
9. Okay, 9.
9. Lame.
Lame healing potion.
Yay.
joke.
At least we got
Got it
superior.
back. I think I've seen it once.
And roll 48.
Sure thing.
21 gold.
Sharing is caring, you know.
I've done enough sharing in my days.
These gold coins are square.
Ooh.
And
Now, where have I seen this before?
really fine. Like they could almost cut if you sharpen them. Do you know what I mean? Like they're very thin. And on one side of them, there is like a web coming from each corner of the 4, so that the whole interior of the coin is web.
Okay.
And on the other side are words you can't understand.
Can I know?
Hey, can I have a look at
What
that
language?
coin?
What language?
You can't understand it.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you really not going to share any of that?
I share any of what?
All of the stuff you
I
found.
didn't get any.
We saw all the gems fall out.
Dude, you've just been putting on magical armor.
No, it's worse.
think right there.
It's literally worse in every way than
Yeah.
the last armor.
I can hear when gems come.
There's one person who hasn't been getting any good stuff here.
I haven't.
I'm fine.
I think we're all just bad.
I didn't get any good stuff.
Dad, you just got a magical bag.
You don't know. You don't have identify. If none of you can cast identify, assume you don't know what you've got.
We need to get someone to cast either.
You have gotten spoilt with like you know what something is straight away. I shouldn't even have said you got +1 leather. I just said you got really nice leather on. But you don't know anything else about it. You don't know anything else about it. You just got some really nice leather armor that feels amazing.
Feels worse.
Okay.
It even says to you, "You're amazing."
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy. Anyway, Rowan, I've got some nice 1,500 gems in my pockets. They're each worth 1 gold.
1 gold.
Yeah, 1,500. 1 gold. That's just like a.
Oh, right.
I
No,
don't think you
I've
do.
got 1,500. You can have 5.
Hang
That's
on.
about 500 for you guys.
Oh,
Back
5. Wait, do you mean?
Did you say each?
Yeah, you got 5 gems
Yeah.
each, and they're all worth 100 gold pieces
Solid,
each.
you can have 4.
Oh, wait, that's yes.
For reals?
No.
You got 5.
That's good, because...
Scared me there for a second.
You're excited about it.
No, but seriously, Scotty, get in the bag. Like, yeah, I want to see what happens.
Oh, step in
Okay,
the
so
bag.
you have, just to bring you up to speed, you have fully searched and looted the one that was wearing your armor, just so that we know where you're at. You've still been sort of exploring the rest of the cave. You found those other skeletons. Do you kind of report that back?
Yeah, as I'm getting in the bag, I'll tell some fish looking people over there.
Fish.
They had fish heads.
Oh.
Yeah.
What the
You
heck?
see them at the back. They're way worse. They're in a state of ruin, you know?
Yeah.
Moss clinging to them, been overgrown, mouldy and all that. But you see them.
Okay.
What happens to her?
I'm gonna suffocate.
You can't get in because it's too, like the dimensions of the bag are too small for you to be able to get in. But you do manage to get an entire leg into the bag and it looks really weird to take it out. Yeah.
We
Just place
could-
it in.
And it's perfect room temperature in there.
Hey, Sprocket.
Hang on, I can do a good laugh.
Would you want to
Your
get?
house fucking forgot about me.
No, you just were silent.
He was asleep.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sneak up behind him.
Look, hey, Sprocket.
With the bag.
Do you want to go in this bag that we found?
Nope.
Can I sneakily behind him? I'm just going.
Okay.
Sprocket.
Okay.
Pull it.
You have to will it out into your hand to take anything
Gone.
out.
No, get them out.
Do you bring them out?
No.
He's
I'm gonna
gone.
stick my hand in and get Sprocket out. Sprocket, come here.
Well, so you do that? You say, Sprocket, come
Yeah.
here? Okay, and he's in your hand.
Okay.
What was in
Well,
there?
Are they
it's
alive?
very dark in there, but
You're alive!
there's loads of stuff around.
What?
I was in a little room.
A room.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry,
like
I
a
didn't
little,
hear that.
like a little room in there.
We can't
Quite
speak to you.
cozy.
Oh,
Actually.
Yeah,
right,
they
yeah,
do
we don't
understand.
even know what he's saying.
It's quite cozy
Rowan,
in there.
what's it saying?
There's a cozy room.
But there's stuff, there's shit
There's
everywhere.
shit everywhere.
Well,
And when you asked
What?
me, and you said it, I went whoop right up into her hand.
When I
what
said
was in there?
sprocket, they came up, whoop, into my hand.
okay, he said there's stuff in there, but we just got everything out, so what's in there?
What? I thought we put everything back in.
I guess I did.
Oh, there's a few little bottles lying around. So,
What if we put you in there and then we drop like all of our stuff in there? What will happen?
He'd
Oh,
You'd
wait,
get
no, that
crushed.
doesn't make any. No,
Yeah.
take on me.
We not
We can
Alright, I'll put him
him
back on my shoulder.
thanks.
Little resort in
Look, I swear to you, I'll get you a lickety split one day for all your troubles.
What are you fucking talking about?
I'm talking to Sprocket.
Oh, my bad.
Not you.
I really want to look at this split, actually. I really want one.
I know.
Lovely little split.
I'll try and find one for you one day.
Yeah, get one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get one.
Okay. Yeah.
Make one, and then berries, sugar,
Yeah.
and a stick.
Oh. Do you eat the stick as well?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Why'd you need to stick there?
So I gotta hold it so I can lick it.
Oh.
So look at the split.
I'll put them. You know, I already have like mushrooms growing off my shoulder and
Yeah.
everything, so I've just put.
Well, the
them in.
armour's in the way of that now.
Ah, so
Such a
gross
shit,
out.
Right, yeah, he holds on to one of your mushrooms coming out your neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what the frick are we doing? What are we doing down
It's
here?
got 13, okay?
I just thought it looks like a baby, but
We're in
it's
the middle
swear.
of nowhere. The fuck's going on?
We was just wading through this water.
I don't like that one.
No, I don't like it either.
It's horrible.
There's dead people
You
there.
lot got well
There's-
depressed, didn't it?
That's true, dead people.
There's a few dead people there.
Hang on, there was a guy following us.
No, there wasn't.
We saw him back. I saw him back at the. I told you about it.
You didn't, you
tell
didn't.
us about it. You never
You
mentioned
didn't.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was a guy.
What do you mean?
I was like,
I
oh,
hope you guys haven't
Excuse
been
me?
seeing him or whatever.
I heard footsteps.
Oh well, that's him.
Who?
He's actually my old friend from
You know.
from back when I was an adventurer. I told him to come looking for me.
Inside
So,
check.
Roll an insight check. Roll a deception check.
wow.
It's the worst lying you've ever
That was
seen.
terrible. 11.
One. Actually, no, not one.
I just deadpan.
He's lying terribly.
It's a 4. Oh come on.
No, Wendell.
Alright, fuck. Someone got an assassin and he's coming after me.
how do you even know this?
He's making it up.
Listen,
You're a
Back in-
pathological
back in my
liar.
youth, I did some bad things.
You did some bad things.
What have you done?
They got an assassin. He's the most skilled guy in the world. We have to be careful of that.
Yeah. I
Sure,
trust- I
okay,
trust-
Wendell.
No, I was
You're
no,
gonna
I'm
get
telling the
a
truth this
rep
time. I
of
was lying
lying
before.
to us.
No, I'm not lying anymore.
It's such a
You'll end up as the boy who
Deception.
17.
No, 11. No.
You're
okay.
lying! Stop
Those
lying!
both were lies, but seriously, it's my father. My long lost father. He's finally come looking for me.
And what's
This
his
boy that he
name?
left alone in the world.
What's his name?
Jonathan.
Shout that then.
That's what my actual
Yeah,
real
shout
name is.
it!
That's your real name. I thought it was your
Jonathan.
father's name.
Jonathan.
Look, my real name is actually Jonathan Jr. I've been lying to you.
Inside
Okay.
chat.
I'm actually a magician.
He's a magician.
You're a horrible liar!
Actually,
What is wrong with you?
not that big of a lie. Fine, I'll tell you.
No,
the
let's just move on.
Just one last. I want
No,
please.
no.
I want to tell you. I've been lying to you the entire time.
Yeah, no
Okay.
shit.
I'm actually a changeling.
Wait, so there was
This
no
isn't
man
my real
crawling
face.
after us.
Look, I'm gonna like bend down and like put some dirt on my head. This is my real appearance.
Are you like sleep deprived?
No,
or
I'm just
something?
messing Alright, come on, let's stop fucking around, you guys. Like honestly.
Us.
That's you.
Okay.
Okay, what you doing?
Well, look back the way we came.
Well, you're in the cave, so you're looking out on the lake.
Okay. Can I see the way we came?
roll perception check. I mean, you can see insofar as your dark vision extends.
Oh, yes.
The rest is pretty black beyond that.
Did you
James,
say perception?
Yeah,
I have work at 6, by the way.
we'll be finishing in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
19.
19?
Yeah.
You're looking out on dark, still water. As
Okay.
bleak and as depressing as it has been so far.
Johnny, if you're out there, come over. Come on.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
There's nobody called Johnny.
I
Is
know.
There's no. Just so I know, is there a person following us, or did you make that up?
Yeah.
Huh?
Did you make up that there's a person following us, or was there actually a person following
No,
us?
there actually is.
Inside
How
check.
do we know? How do we
Persuasion.
trust?
I mean, I did hear something.
Okay.
15. Are you doing persuasion?
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, he seems pretty, a bit like he's being truthful.
Okay.
Like he's not messing.
Okay.
And your best description was you saw a dark figure in the woods just where the ruin
The
started.
dancing
That's
guy.
it.
I think it might be Johnny at this point.
That bit's lies.
Yeah, I know that looks nice.
Oh, you have to roll. Come on.
Should we get back in the water then?
Well, I don't know if I said it to you, Ron, but there are some skeletons over there that look like fish.
Fish.
Fishmen.
You go over and you see the description that I gave, you know, of these weird
Wow,
skeletons
that's
with fish
weird.
heads.
Have I seen anything like this before?
No.
Okay.
They must have died from not being in the water.
So, what did everybody? Yeah.
Okay, while you've been here with these bodies and investigating, about an hour has passed.
Okay. Can I look at those coins you found?
Oh, my one? Oh, yeah, these
I
ones.
won't take them.
Web ones.
Can I look at it
Hmm.
and see if I can read it?
Here, I'll take one.
What languages can you read?
I speak. It says flute. No, Sylvan, Common, Elvish, and Druidic.
You didn't ask me that.
No idea.
You don't know what language.
There was there's highly unlikely that you took this. No,
Elvish.
can't understand it.
Oh,
Got a web
yeah.
and yes, this weird script.
Okay. And that's the only kind of depictions on it. No other pictures or anything.
So it looks like the coin basically looks like that
Okay.
inside, right? Thin, small gold like that.
Okay. Alright, are we all ready to. Well, what do we. We'll just leave these bodies here then.
Yeah, not much we can do for
Yeah.
them now.
You want to ignore the robed one? You haven't searched
Have
that?
we, oh.
You looked at that
I'll
and you
go
didn't
search
see
it.
much. Oh, sorry, you searched it
Yeah.
and you didn't see much.
Okay.
I'm going to search it. Guidance.
Do you want to search it? Do you want to search it?
Yeah, I want to see.
Come on, you
God,
both,
guidance
both go
too.
to it. Alright, go on then. Both roll.
Oh, he's got everything.
Investigation.
So you get it.
1.
9.
You. So.
Well, well, it's 3, but
Okay. You don't find anything of much note. It's the robes are mouldy, moss ruined. The pouches just seem filled with moss and decay. Heavily robed, like what might once have been beautiful black velvet robes are not.
Hey, you want to try these on?
I'll put my hand in a pouch, thinking it's a. Another.
Well, they're little pouches. They're like that.
Finger.
These ones, just stuff comes out, just like you're not sure what. Rubbish.
so disgusting.
But you find nothing else on this creature.
Okay.
On what this might once have been. All right. What do you want to do?
We ready to get back in the water?
Yes, I'm ready.
Sure.
And you're going to try and go back on path to the way you were going because you went off to the right to
Yeah.
get to this
Yeah.
cave.
Back to normal.
Okay. Back to normal. All right. Good. You head back out into the water again, straight in, almost straight away into a waist height again. All right, you using your glaive?
Yeah.
Tapping ahead? All right. You go for another, hang on, half an hour, about another 40 minutes. Roll D12 for me, please.
Alright. 4.
4.
It's not small.
All right. The water doesn't get any shallower. If anything, it starts to subside somewhat. and go
doesn't
back
get
down.
deeper.
Sorry, it doesn't get deeper. So
Oh.
it goes down to hip height, then thighs for the tallest of you. Over the next 45 minutes or so. Again, not that you're keeping track. Are you lighting another torch?
Yeah, sure.
All right, keep track of them. That's 3 torches used for this lake. And it starts to become shallower and shallower as you reach a natural end to this cavern. About a half an hour into that last 45 minutes, you start to see glowing at the other end.
Oh, okay.
Light blue, purples, pinks. And as you get close to the end, you realize this entire underground cavern has just been like a massive natural basin, like a catchment of all of the surface level water that has dripped down over, again, thousands of years, possibly more. And you come to a natural corridor that leads out of it. This corridor is glistening as you get closer and closer to it, glistening with moss and lichen and smaller glowing mushrooms that are adhered to every centimetre of it as you come out. It is still dim light, but it is beautiful and shimmering like oyster shell colours. There is even a natural kind of rippling in the colours from time to time, as if they are responding and reacting to you, to the air, and so on and so forth. You now enter a new, roughly 20-foot wide, natural crevice that leads out and then down, like an upside down U-bend.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're going to progress down here?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, for about 10 minutes you walk along this corridor. The mushrooms here and there are bigger and continue to ripple with their like little hairs that they've got on them, almost like kind of pulsating and rippling and waving. And then the corridor sharply dips off and goes down at such an acute angle that it is, it's close to like 75 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost a fall or a really rough slide, or you're going to have to climb it somehow.
We
Down.
could slide down though.
You could
How far
attempt
is
to.
it?
I'd say it's about 60 feet before it then narrows off.
I think we should slide.
Yeah.
Wait.
You want to try and
Let's get
slide
on your
it?
shield and slide down.
All right. Give me dexterity checks all round, or acrobatics or
I'm rolling the
athletics.
shield. It's
Sorry, acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
It's got a beautiful thing on the front.
That's 20.
18.
13.
Nice. Okay. It's a bit of a rough ride for you. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage just from a few rough hits on some rocks. Everything seems to be coated in this moist algae and weird kind of glowing moss. But you do get down this 60 foot to the bottom. You get a little bit of a bruised bum out of it, but other than that, you're okay. Looking ahead, this natural corridor opens out. Still, it is uncarved by human. This is or any other species for that matter. This is still natural formation, but it opens out some 100 feet ahead, and ahead of you can see going sort of somewhere between dim and normal bright light, what seems to be a forest ahead of huge glowing mushrooms.
Black Ridge.
Well, it's like more foresty though.
That's crazy. I've never seen anything like that.
Whoa! Wait, so is the ground still stone then?
Underneath, but there's so much moss, it almost feels like what would you call it? Like grass. It's almost like you're walking on moss, so it's comfortable, carpet-like.
Let's go, guys!
Yeah.
Wow.
Really not much wood to it.
I once saw something just like this.
Oh, did you?
Where did you see that?
Well, it was a long time ago. It's hard to.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I mean, I don't know
didn't
how old
go
you
to
are, but
the-
you don't look old enough to have a long time ago kind
How
of thing
old are
about
you?
you.
Yeah, how old are you?
Do you guys still keep track of that?
Oh my god. That's such a you response
Alright,
to
fine.
that question.
Shut up, I'm 38.
38.
Or was it 39?
38,
I actually lost track.
39, you're nearly 40.
Yeah.
Okay, you walk forward into this large cavern, and it feels like you're in some weird woodland, except the stalks of these mushrooms are this kind of pulsating purple. Woof, 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 woof. As if all of this grove that you've come into, as if these fungi are talking to each other, they're communicating with each other. There is a sense of aliveness in here. There is a sense of growth and spreading. The light is magical, otherworldly. Purples and blues echo against your skins, such that Scarlet has this deep purplish aubergine coloured hue to her skin.
There's an aubergine.
Your mushroom cap takes on a swirling purpley bluey hue, and likewise all your skins reflect these colours. It is odd as you walk into this, the same way you might into a dense woodland, but around you, all around you, are these thick, 2 foot thick, up to some of the larger ones, 3 or 4 foot thick mushroom groves. To you, it is a weird mirror of home. So it is dense, it is weird, and beyond these mushrooms, there is just the blackness of the cavern that you are in. What do you do?
We'll proceed
Yeah.
into the mushrooms.
Okay. For some, the way is going. This is difficult terrain to weave within and without, and so at times you have to split up from being shoulder to shoulder to traverse the stalks of these great mushrooms. But as you continue to walk through, you're not sure how much time passes. All you know is you're all beginning to become weary from the combat, from the traversing, from the athleticism required to traverse the obstacles. And here in the mushroom stalks, there is definitely a sense of like almost soporific sleepiness starts to come about. I'd like you all to roll Constitution saving throws, please.
The literal sleeping.
18.
11.
13.
You, Rowan, as you're walking through, it feels so. You just feel so relaxed and so tired, and so you walk. But your 2 friends go slightly further ahead of you, 5 feet, 10 feet, as you all walk.
We just forget about it.
And then, next thing you know, like a swoon taking you, you fall, fall. You find yourself lying on a warm bed of moss, looking up at the wavering of the colours. And as you look up, a head comes in, upside down to you, of your wife, looking at you, smiling. What are you doing down there, you silly sausage?
Sonny?
What are you doing down there?
I don't know. I'll get up.
You try to get up, but you find that you can't. It's so comfortable. You're so sleepy. You're supposed to be guarding us, remember? Can't do it from down there.
Yeah. Just a little sleepy.
Why is Rowan always tripping?
But remember, you're looking for something.
Yeah. What are we looking for?
What are you looking for, silly sausage?
I don't know.
Well, why did you leave me then?
I'm looking for help for you.
That's right. Siantha said that the incursion is coming to the whole grove.
What is the incursion?
There's some war happening. Huh, and would you believe it? It's between mushrooms. Huh, I suppose you think of it as a war between fungi. Crazy, eh?
Yeah, but more importantly, you're sick.
I am sick. She turns her head till she's looking at you straight on. I am sick, yeah.
We have to help you.
You do. Well, get back to us then.
What are you even doing here?
Her face sort of starts to sort of sway slightly and kind of like blotting paper, like
Oh, yeah.
it starts to like swirl and
Snip.
sag until her mouth completely disappears and is replaced by like these fins, these gills, and her eyes sink back into
Sorry.
dark shapes. And you're now looking upon a weird mushroomy-like head as it looks down at you, and then goes out of your vision.
Okay.
You guys realise that Rowan is some 40 feet behind and has lagged behind.
Am I on the floor then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we just leave her?
No.
You turn around, you see her, she's just lying down, staring up.
Go right ahead.
What do you
Fine,
do?
we'll just... Are you awake?
Do I? Can I?
Yeah, you see Scarlet comes back into your field of vision.
Yeah, I'm awake.
Yeah, what are you doing on the floor?
It's just really nice down here.
Get up. We are on our way out of this place and you've just decided to take a nap.
Well, I saw my wife.
Oh, really?
Like you two to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Ew, no. No. 9.
Sorry, I'm looking for W. Oh, just 18.
Just.
Okay. That would be 2 seconds. Do you get up or are you staying lying
Oh,
down?
yeah, no, I'll get up.
Alright. Oh, sorry, there's no save required. It's simply 20-foot radius. Okay, you both hear in your head. Well, firstly, as you come back over, you walk back over towards Rowan. You notice that the air is kind of filled with this, like, you know when you see sunlight shaft through dust, you can see that. See these larger spores everywhere. And in your heads, you both hear, "Do you come in peace?" In your heads. Telepathically.
Yeah.
You answer yes?
Yes.
That depends who's asking.
Oh, he's got to pick a fight with everyone.
Do not bring sunlight or radiance here to the dark grove.
Are you being metaphorical?
Are you answering out loud or in your head?
In my head, I guess.
From behind one of the trunks steps this weird quasi-humanoid type figure that looks like a mushroom man. Right? It looks like the one that you saw back up on the surface. Oh, it's an aeroplane. I thought that was the music. You know, the wah. I was like, that's weird track. Okay. This huge thing, big stalk-like legs, with like, you know, in The Last of Us, you know the ones that grow really big ribs of
Yeah.
mushroom? It's like that. It's got large, big sort of plates of mushroom coming off of it, and it comes out. Where a mouth should be is just a kind of a plate of mushroom that has holes in it, and as it stands there, just breathing, these kind of small black spores float out and all around you. The sense you have as you are in this creature's presence is of a strange kind of rapport for it as it comes out.
Hey there.
It nods at you.
Alright.
Hello.
Why are you here? You hear in your heads.
Just passing through.
We accidentally got here, so it's not like we're intentionally stepping on your toes.
There are no accidents.
Most certainly.
Well, earlier on, this mushroom said to me, like, Silphia. Do you know what that is?
Make a persuasion check.
19.
You are not that much unlike us.
Yeah, in fact, I've actually met some people like you.
You have a quest in your heart.
Yes, I do. I need to...
Speak it.
I'm trying to return to my home plane, the Feywild. I'm trying to... I need to get back to my wife because she's ill.
What is the word you said a moment ago?
Silphia.
You must meet with the sovereign.
Who is the sovereign? Sovereign of what?
Come with me.
Alright, are they okay to come with me?
All of you.
Okay.
It starts to turn and walk at a different direction through this grove.
What's happening?
Do you follow?
Yeah.
You all
Yeah.
heard all of that telepathically.
Yeah.
All right. As this large, roughly 7 foot tall, walking mushroom guides effortlessly through the grove, and you follow after, hopefully in pursuit of some answers that you need to get home and to help your wife. That's where we're going to leave it today. Nice one.